We're brought to you by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Knicks back in action tonight, take on the Mavericks in Dallas. Jalen Brunson has been upgraded to questionable, so possible to play. The Nets, meantime, dropped to 2-12, losing to the Celtics 113-99. College basketball wins for Rutgers and Seton Hall tonight. Number 3, UConn home for number 4, Arizona. NHL, the Golden Knights beat the Rangers 3-2. The Islanders edge the Stars 3-2. In that game, though, Mikko Rantanen was ejected for boarding Alexander Romanov. It was Patrick Waugh, not sure of the severity, the injury to his player.
I hope he's going to be okay. At this moment, I don't know what's exactly what it is, but all I'm going to say is when you see the number, you have to lay off. You know, everybody knows that. I mean, you don't go through the guy.
And the Islanders winning for the 11th time this season. The Devils falling last night to the Lightning 5-1. Jake Gensel had the hat trick. This report brought to you by United Healthcare Medicare Store in Jackson Heights and by the FanDuel Sportsbook at the Meadowlands Racetrack. Get all your parlays, moneyline, and prop wagers made at the Meadowlands Racetrack's FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook in North America. 21 plus to wager and present New Jersey. Gambling problem, dial 1-800-GAMBLER. It is 40 in Central Park, and that's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco on WFAN, now streaming on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'd be lying to you, BT, if I said that I wasn't thinking of you yesterday when I heard the news. Trent Grisham is opted in, and he will be a Yankee for the upcoming 2026 season.
Yeah, I can tell by your tone you've got a little joy in that today here, Sal. First of all right, my main reaction is, first, I can't stand it. You guys know that. I did not think he would take it. I did not want him to take it, so that's pretty obvious stuff because I've been hinting at that for a while.
You were mad that they even offered it him to begin with.
And that's where I'm going. So put Grisham, the player, aside. I'm thinking about the Yankees right now. So the report from Heyman was that the Yankees did not think that he would accept the qualifying offer. Okay. And he didn't say absolutely. He said basically that's what I anticipate, and that's what the Yankees anticipate. Well, the Yankees were wrong. So the Yankees made a colossal mistake because, see, the two things at play here, Sal, they clearly misread his willingness to take that. That's mistake number one. And mistake number two would be dangling that with the possibility of him taking it to have him back on the team in 26, something I want no part of. I think, now there's still a long way to go, obviously. I think that this could be the first potential domino to a horrendous offseason by the Yankees.
Oh.
Horrendous.
Now, look, as much as I take great pleasure in seeing you in pain, I just got to admit, like, see,
you're an idiot.
You, knowing that was going to bother you, I made sure to send the group text once I saw the news on social media. Here you go. Grisham's coming back. Couldn't wait to see BT's reaction and talk about it again today. As much as I love tweaking you and having fun with that, I don't think this is bad. I do believe that the Yankees, we talked about this yesterday before I even saw that Heyman report, I believe that the Yankees made that decision to slap him with the qualifying offer, assuming that there was a good chance he wasn't going to accept it. Then they get the draft pick and all is good. But in the event he does come back, which he has, they still have a valuable commodity. Now, is he worth $22 million a year?
No.
Probably not, but there aren't any good center fielders. I don't think he's a great center fielder anymore, but he's better than a lot of other options that are out there, and you still could maybe trade Trent Grisham. You still have a piece back that I would use him down in the order and maybe more of a fourth outfielder, depending on what you do the rest of the offseason. I also don't think there's any way that this could prevent the Yankees from getting Bellinger or Kyle Tucker. They just can't.
Okay, so first of all, as you know, you can't trade him until June 15th. So you've got to start the season.
Okay.
You signed the QO, obviously. You've got, a couple of months once the season starts. You cannot get dealt until June 15th. Okay. So because of that, they will now have to make a very difficult decision on, do they pursue Kwan now? Do they trade Dominguez now? Do they trade Spencer Jones now? Like, it just complicates everything.
I agree.
That's my concern.
Okay, but what if they are the Yankees, they could pay him $22 million to be the fourth outfielder?
There's no way. Now, the old Yankees would have done that. These Yankees aren't doing that.
Well, that's then a different story. I still believe that they will go all in. Now, could they get They put it this way: they can't keep Jones and Dominguez and bring back Bellinger and trade for Kwan.
Correct.
Like,
There's no way.
Something's got to happen, and that to me though is maybe even separate from Grisham. But the fact that you're now paying a guy $22 million who was productive for you a year ago, whether you like him or not, he was. I would never have him lead off for the Yankees this year. I still would go get Kwan and bring Bellinger back. You also could then have Kwan in left, Grisham in center, Bellinger at first. Remember, Bellinger can play first base. You don't have an everyday first baseman. Ben Rice is not that, and you want to get his bat in the lineup. The structure of the team should not be impacted negatively by a $22 million one-year contract and bringing Grisham back.
I agree. It shouldn't be, but I think it will be. That's the concern. So, we could sit here and say, well, they should do this, and the Yankees, we know how they used to operate, but let's work under the lens of how they now operate. And they're obviously not cheap, and they obviously push this, very, very deeply inside the red zone. Do the Yankees always go for it on fourth and whatever at the goal line, or do they sometimes kick field goals? Too often the Yankees have kicked field goals in their offseason. So, see, here's the concern. What they're telling us by doing and by having happen what happened yesterday, and it was just so idiotic, over the temptation, the allure of a compensatory pick. Like, that's what bothers me. But I think...
because if there wasn't the pick, would the Yankees have been interested in Grisham, period?
No.
Bringing him back?
No. Listen, the Yankees messed this up. Now, it doesn't mean that he's absolutely going to hit 185 again next year. I'm not saying that. But they clearly misread this, because without the qualifying offer attached, there would have been no appeal to sign him for $22 million. There's no way.
Right.
They misread it. They thought, I thought, Hayden thought, the industry thought, we all thought that he was going to get 3 years, 4 years, 50, 60. So...
He might have, by the way.
I agree.
I'm surprised he turned it down, especially with the potential lockout and all that stuff looming. He's now on a one-year contract. He might be, by the time he gets to sign another one, he might be 2 years older.
30, 31. Yeah, right. If he doesn't play well this year, now it changes. I think it's a miscalculation on his part, but quite frankly, I don't care about him.
Right.
I care about the Yankees right now. So, to me, the Yankees are saying, without saying it, I know there's a lot of business to still do, but people need to understand this. I think the Yankees are saying, well, we got Garrett Cole coming back. We'll just run it back. We'll win the World Series as constituted a year ago. See, that's what I think. And there's no guarantee that Bellinger comes back. I think Bellinger's going to come back. I don't think there's any chance the Yankees get Tucker. Zero. Right. I don't think there's...
Well, they can't get Tucker and Bellinger, so you have to pick one. Which one would you prefer the Yankees get?
Tucker's the better hitter. Bellinger, I think, is the better all-around player.
I think we are.
I already know Bellinger fits, so I'll say Bellinger.
I know, but we also know Tucker's better.
He is better.
I mean, you loved him more than anybody last year.
Last year with the Soto discussions.
And now, because he had a down year, I think there's this sentiment of, the bloom is off the rose.
Off the rose a bit.
But we're probably miscalculating that. Well, he is a terrific player. When he wasn't healthy last year.
I know he wasn't, but let me ask you this. Then why aren't the Chicago Cubs interested in Kyle Tucker? Again, these are just reports, but the reports are that the Cubs won't even jump in on the most cursory level. Like, that's it. They're not even going to try to pursue him. They just had him for a whole year. So anyway, I think the Yankees will be at the table. The Yankees will play a couple of hands. When you have to grab the chips and pony up for Kyle Tucker, I don't think that they will.
You think they get either Tucker or Bellinger?
I do think that they get Bellinger. I do. I still. But here's the problem. Now it's the same exact team as last year, except you're banking on Garrett Cole still being Garrett Cole. I also think Toronto's going to get Kyle Tucker. Yeah. Toronto's already better. And Toronto's going out and getting some pitching. This just seems to me to be a very bad start because they misread the qualifying offer for a stupid draft pick.
Even if I agree with you and say, all right, they misread it and this is not ideal, I can't imagine that this is going to torpedo the Yankees' entire offseason. I still think now, they have to make moves to get better, but I still think there's a path. Bring Bellinger back. Okay, that's one. He fits perfectly. Could play center field. Could play some first base. Obviously versatile. There's still a path to go get Kwan, and now your lineup changes completely. Now, you're relying less on Dominguez and Spencer Jones, and probably one of them, if you get Kwan, is not going to be here. You're going to have to trade one of them, which is fine. You can't have all these young players. They're also going to have to upgrade, whether it's shortstop, whether it's third base. You can't run it back with Volpe, Caballero, Jazz, the situation at first base. And
McMahon, Rice at first.
No, well, that can't happen.
But I think that's what's going to happen right now. That's my whole point.
Okay, what do you think would have happened if Grisham didn't accept that offer?
Then I think you probably have, which you could still have an immediate deal for Kwan. But then I also think that you might jump in a little more aggressively on the starting pitching front. Whether it's a Suarez or a Valdez. I mean, there's still questions with the Yankees' rotation
but the money,
in terms of injuries.
Yeah, I know, but that'll get better.
Cole.
In April or May, it may not be up to snuff or whatever, up to par. But you get the point. These things will improve them. So I don't think the Yankees, me personally, I don't think they need to focus on the rotation. You add a couple of bullpen arms, whatever, but their bullpen's fine. Those are things you could build in season. I would be looking to reshape the look of their lineup. And I don't think Grisham being here gets in the way of that when you could look at him as either a fourth outfielder if you bring back Bellinger, which you need to do regardless. You need to bring back Bellinger.
Yes.
And if it's not Bellinger, then it's going to be Kyle Tucker. Great, even better. Then you could have Tucker in left. Now, I would rather have Kwan myself. I personally, if I could have any move this offseason, I would rather trade either Dominguez, Kwan, whatever other minor leaguer, Dominguez or Jones or whatever minor leaguers to get Kwan here. See what's left, bring Kwan in, put him in left field. Now I'm set. If you have Grisham in center, you bring back Bellinger, he could play some first. Grisham's not going to play every day in center field. You play him in center. You could give Judge some days of rest. You put Bellinger in right. You make Judge DH a little bit. I would also look
about Stanton. Stanton's still here. I mean, it's still complicated
that's
with
the other
DH.
thing. I would look to bring back Bellinger, add Kwan, and move on from John Carl Stanton. And I think that makes them fit better.
They're not doing it.
You could also then say, look at the infield, and if you're not going to upgrade shortstop and just wait with Caballero and Volpe, then I would go after Bregman at third base and upgrade that.
They won't.
But they have to.
But they won't. That's my whole point. Listen, we could do a show, and everything that you just said, I agree with. My problem is I think that what happened yesterday is now going to become a big impediment as to what they actually do. Now, I think Ben Rice could be a 3, 4, 5 hitter at some point, maybe for the next. I like him.
Yeah.
Do I want Ben Rice? Do I trust him immediately at first base opening day?
No way.
Not really. Is he going to be playing first base opening day? In all probability, yeah. Is Jazz back at second? Sure. Is Caballero the starting shortstop on opening day? I believe so. Is McMahon playing third? Yeah. Is Wells the catcher? Yeah. Is Grisham in center? Yeah. It's the same team. Now, here's the other thing, right? The Yankees, to me, and last year, the season that Grisham had, he was making $5 million, and he came out blasted. Remember April? He was crushing it.
Great value. Return on investment.
What are you smiling for, buddy?
Because they're paying him now 4 times that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So because Grisham started well, you're going to ride it out. He's making $5 million. He's hitting some jacks. He's influential early, and look at the stats. It'll back it up. April, May, some home runs. He was productive. Let's run him out there. Now, he happened to hit 240, which he never does. What happens if he's hitting 190, 201, he's a K machine, can't hit lefties. He's not a good center field, in my opinion, anymore, and he's a 0 on the bases. Now, because he's making 22, to justify the stupid move that they did, he's going to be run out there. Last year at $5 million, if he's playing well, you run him out. If he's not, you sit him. This year, it's going to be a different commitment to him no matter how he plays because of the price tag.
And they can't
That's
operate
a problem.
if they do that, that's going to be a major mistake. They had to know going in that there was at least a chance he was going to come back, and it cannot torpedo, and I don't believe that it will. I don't care if he's not producing. He's $22 million. All right, big deal. You eat it, and you put him on the bench. That's it. Or you try to move on from him whenever you can trade him, which maybe there will still be some value because you can play center field better than a lot of people around the big league.
But real quick, when was the last time the Yankees showed an immediate disconnect from a player that making decent money that wasn't performing? It took them forever to get rid of DJ.
But it's only 1 year in this case.
I know, but Aaron Judge is going to be 40 before you know it. We're going to look up, he's going to be 40. Judge's career is going to be over. How long did it take them to move on from Aaron Hicks? This is what they do. And I know they're going to be good next year. I know they're going to be a playoff team. My fear is that this move was step one in not building a World Series champion, which, by the way, is something that we all want.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 888-808-1019. Mike is in Allentown starting us off. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys? Really enjoying the banter this morning. Obviously, Trent Grisham is certainly causing a lot of fanfare amongst the Yankee fans, myself, BTU as well. Look, we got to look at it as pragmatically. The word I know you love, BT.
That's a good one, yeah.
You got to look at it from – I know you love it. I also learned that word from your old counterpart here in Allentown, Tom Fallon.
Oh, nice.
Way back to Tim.
Hey,
yes,
wow.
I know you go way back. Yeah, so I used to work with him. He's a good guy.
A great
I know
guy.
you guys. He's a great guy. With that being said, gents, very simply, you got to look at what Brian Cashman said when he was at the GM and owner meetings. If we accept him, we essentially welcome him back. I'm with Sal in a sense. I think they're looking at it like this. I think that obviously for $22 million for a fourth outfielder is outrageous. It's almost unconscionable in a sense of like, why would you give $22 million to a potential fourth outfielder?
Yep.
I don't think this removes Cody Bellinger off the table. Here's where I think that Yankee fans, and call me a Debbie Downer, I think Kyle Tucker is not in their offseason plan.
I agree.
Because they like flexibility. Now, this is where the flexibility comes into play.
But then they better get Bellinger. That's fine if you don't want Kyle Tucker.
Sal, brother, man, you totally took the next words out of my mouth. You got to sign Cody Bellinger, but here's why. Not so much for, yes, he'll be able to play center field, play left field. I don't think this shuts the door on Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. What this may shut the door on is, and BT, I'm not sure if you're in love with this as much as I am.
Okay.
You may see Cody Bellinger more at first base, whereas Ben Rice will kind of be if you got to give Bellinger a day off or move Bellinger to the outfield. But also, too, Ben Rice is going to provide more offensive flexibility for Austin Wells behind the dish.
Yeah.
Well, Sal just said that, Mike. Sal said that.
I know he did, yeah.
I like it. If that's the case, that's fine. Thank you for the call, Mike. See, I'm not saying that just because they now have $22 million on the books for Grisham that the Yankees are unable to sign Bellinger. I'm not saying that at all. But what could happen, and this is my fear, it takes one reckless/aggressive offer to Bellinger from somebody else where the Yankees might say, all right, now that's a little too rich for us.
And then what?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's why we talked about this last week. To me, it's very hard to imagine them having a successful offseason without bringing Bellinger back. And now maybe even more so. See, I also wouldn't look at Grisham as a fourth outfielder in the traditional sense. Fourth outfielder generally used to mean you're not seeing a lot of playing time.
I agree with that.
Now,
that's a little bit unfair.
Yeah, well, now these guys are going to be playing regularly because there are no everyday players. Everybody's getting moved around and versatility and flexibility. So there is going to be room to get Grisham in that lineup. I just would not have him leading off. If you have him playing center field, batting in the bottom of the order, I think you're okay. It depends on the other pieces. So in that scenario, could Rice be catching and Bellinger be at first? Sure. Who's the left fielder is what I care about now. This is great. You get Grisham back. Whether you love him or hate him, doesn't matter. It happened. Now what? How are they going to get better? It starts with bringing Bellinger back, and then from there, you need to now get better. Because if you bring Bellinger back, you're the same, and that's your point.
That's my point. Same
Right.
team. They didn't win. Toronto is so much better.
So now
obvious.
how are they getting better? In my mind, getting better would be immediately trading either Spencer Jones or Dominguez, some package centered around them, for Kwan. Now you have a left fielder, Gold Glover, leadoff hitter. Boom, he's in place. You could use Grisham in center. You could use Bellinger in center. You could use Bellinger at first. You could move some pieces around. I still think you need more on top of it, but at least to me, that would be bring back Bellinger and go get Kwan. Now your outfield should be set.
Yeah, okay, so I think that makes sense, and I just don't have great confidence it will happen. You know, listen, Kwan's going to have a pretty robust market. Yankees will be knocking down their door. I would hope at this point the Yankees are no longer reluctant to hold on to these prospects. Give them Dominguez, give them Joe, whatever they want, except Schlittler and some of these young pitchers who will take them. All right, so I'm down with that. But if they don't get Kwan, I hear you. Well, just don't bat Grisham leadoff. Hit him sixth or seventh. Well, then who's the leadoff hitter?
Well, if
that's the problem.
Yeah, if they don't get Kwan, then that's a problem. They have to find another leadoff hitter.
And that's why I say this is potentially the first domino to a bad Yankee offseason.
Brian is calling from East Moriches. What's up, Brian?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Remember a few years ago when the Yankees were compromised because they had all righty players, righty offensive players? Now, if you go around the horn, everybody in the lineup, minus my Volpe, who you could take, obviously Judge, Stanton, who's always hurt, everybody's a lefty. Even the guys you're talking about, Kwan, Bellinger. Now we got Grisham. Wells is a lefty. Chisholm is a lefty. And Rice is a lefty. McMahon is a lefty. Dominguez can't hit from the right side. He's a lefty. Spencer Jones is a lefty. Everybody's a lefty. You have to get a right-handed bat.
Is that not ideal?
No, it's terrible.
I know. I'm being facetious.
And they're over. I'm saying they're compromised. Now they're going to be compromised. You face Skubal, Crochet. They're not going to hit, especially in those big games.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
so you got to go after a righty bat, like a Bregman. Maybe get a Bregman in. Plug him in the middle of the lineup.
Where's he playing?
Well, you put him in third. You move on from McMahon.
McMahon?
You move on from him.
You got to get rid of McMahon. He can't hit.
Well, no, Brian, here's the thing. I don't disagree. He can't hit a lick. I mean, he happens to be a little bit like Nettles with the leather, but he can hit. He's a great third baseman. But they acquired him, so...
It was another mistake, too, when you think about it. I know we're saying he's under control, but...
Well, that's the thing. We can sit here and say, yeah, get rid of McMahon. That's sure. 16 next year, 16 the year after. Somebody's got to take him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that there's no solutions to like radically transform the roster, but other teams got to buy into what you're trying to get rid of.
But I think the big issue here, and look, you could be right, I could be wrong, I could be right, you could be wrong. I still have faith and belief that they're going to be aggressive. Will it be all the right moves? Will it be the moves that I want them to make? That I don't know, but I can't believe that Grisham accepting that qualifying offer is going to ruin the entire offseason plans.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I wish we had the answer at 10:20 today. I hope that it doesn't. That is my fear. And by the way, I think there's a little wiggle room that it doesn't. I'm just presenting something that needs to be said. Yesterday was a bad day for the Yankees. To me, there was nothing good about it. Number one, he'll never hit lefties. He's a strikeout machine. I think last year was a contract push. He's got zero juice on the bases. His defensive numbers, people can laugh at me, all that Boomer and Gio, BT with his numbers. Yeah, at least I understand the numbers. You know what I mean? Maybe I reference them too much here, but the numbers are numbers, and he definitely took a big step back defensively here. So I just don't think yesterday was good. Can they recover? Sure. Do I have great confidence they will? No.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Phil Simms coming up at 11 o'clock, so we'll talk some Giants, some football with Phil. Your calls when we come back, 888-808-1019.
Who will stay? Who will go? Big questions loom for the Yankees and Mets this offseason. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
FanDuel is the #1 sports book for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet does win. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Boomer to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer. FanDuel is the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Now, we all love the app around here. It is safe, secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
At the United Healthcare Medicare store, right here in Jackson Heights, you can chat face-to-face with a licensed sales agent who understands the community and get clear answers to your questions. We're located at 3752 82nd Street between Roosevelt and 37th Ave. We're ready to help.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in New York, New Jersey. And our more than 280 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
We're counting down to Black Friday savings. It's the countdown to Black Friday at Nielsen Dodge. Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. Your countdown to the hottest deals is on now.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We all know it's the biggest sale of the year, and Nielsen's going bigger than ever. You can count on 0 down payment, plus up to $1,500 overbook value for your trade, and the credit help you need.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
The countdown is on. Don't miss out. At Nielsen, Friday's in the driver's seat.
Black Friday sales event. With approval term 24 months through its signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819, add tax tag 498 dock and DMV fees.
I'm New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin. Every year, too many lives are lost in alcohol or drug-related crashes. These are preventable tragedies, and it's time to take a stand. Let's make New Jersey's roads safer for everyone. We are all counting on you.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Well, think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T or cut them into snowflakes and celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in the Bronx. Made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. One hospital, Montefiore Einstein, get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Right. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
They give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
the story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera. You lived it.
Everyone loves a comeback. Montefiore Einstein, national leader in transplant.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT, it's out back on the Fan. We are talking baseball to get things started today. We'll talk with Phil Simms coming up at 11. Been a while since we've spoken with him, so we'll talk some Giants, some NFL with Phil at 11 o'clock. I just can't. I mean, come on now. This is the Yankees. We get on the Mets for certain things. This is the New York Yankees. I can't imagine. I know that they've been reluctant to move on from whether it's Joey Gallo or Hicks or even DJ LeMahieu recently. I get that. That's a little bit of a different circumstance. This is a one-year, $22 million deal for a player that does have some value here. I can't imagine that's going to hold up their entire offseason plan to build a team, BT. And furthermore, if they thought that it would, then it's even worse than you're saying that they would offer him the qualifying offer. You can't take that chance if you think it's going to ruin your entire offseason, which is why I ultimately don't think this is that big of a deal at all.
I'd like to give Brian Cashman the benefit of the doubt here because all the reports were that they were basically Grisham would not sign that qualifying offer. Yankees would get the pick. He'd go somewhere else. 3-4 years, as we said a couple of times, 50, 60, 70, whatever the number was, and the Yankees would have played that well and calculated that properly. I mean, I think that Brian Cashman has made a lot of mistakes, and I've been very open about my criticisms. I've also praised him. I think he's a Hall of Famer, but I think that he has failed to adapt as much as I would like to see him adapt. But I can't imagine that he's so dumb where he misread this easily. Like, right. Oh, no, he's not going to sign it. Right. Oh, wait, well, he signed it. What do we do? So I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that now a guy that I don't trust and I don't think is efficient enough in October. I'm not debating the value of April and May against bad teams and home runs.
Regular season, right? Those homers will pile up.
Yeah, the regular season Yankees. We know who that team is.
Well, if they build the team the right way, he shouldn't see the light of day in October. It would be similar thought. I know it's different. No, I'm serious. It would be similar thought with me with Alonso. Like, yeah, you could play some first base. Not in October. I don't want to see his feet on the field other than running around the bases after a few homers for Pete Alonso. So you could play first base in the regular season. Grisham, you can play regularly in the regular season. In the postseason, I don't want to see him.
Okay, that sounds good again. And again, that conceptually I'm with you. But if Pete Alonso's with the Mets, as much as we prefer him to DH, which I agree with, well, he's going to play some first. And if he's playing first base in the regular season, they're not going to say, all right, it's October 1st. Sit down, Pete.
Why not?
Well, they should, but they won't because they probably won't have a competent defensive first baseman.
Well,
that's what I mean. Just like we can sit here and say, well, we don't want Grisham or we don't trust him against lefties and he strikes out a ton. All the things I've said against quality teams and good pitching, I don't want him in center field or playing regularly, but based on the $22 million qualifying offer and now based on what I perceive to be limitations as to how the Yankees can build out the roster, he's going to play in October, and that's a problem.
Sports Talk on WFAN is presented by Paramount Plus. Can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Kevin is in the Bronx. What's up, Kev?
BT and Sal, how we doing?
How are you, Kev?
What's up, Kev?
Doing good. Sal, I'm with you on this one. I think the signing of Grisham isn't too bad. I'm looking at him as a fourth outfielder. They just had Stroman for $18 million a year, and they got rid of him, no problem. I think the $22 million is nothing for them. You bring in a little competition. You already know Stanton's going to miss 70 games with an elbow injury, so kicks Judge down to DH, and then you have him as your fourth outfielder. I think it's a good fit over
It sounds great. Problem is not going to go that way, Kev. And think about what you're saying. Stanton's going to miss 70 games. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, well, think about it. They don't have to trade him if he's not going to be here half the season. And he's right. Kev is right.
No, he's right about that. But, we say that like the Yankees can so easily work around that. I mean, all right, so Stanton's going to miss a ton of time. I know. Right now, they don't have a good defensive first baseman on the roster. Right now, they don't have a catcher that hits consistently enough. Right now, they don't have enough right-handed sticks. They don't have a third baseman that can hit. The shortstop situation's a mess. I think they're nuts if they get. I know because I've had these conversations. They will not give we talked about this. They will not give Jazz a long-term extension. They don't trust him. Neither do I. Big picture, but he's playing second base now, and he's a little bit sloppy. And now you got a guy who's going to hit a $130 against lefties playing center. I mean, how is that good?
Well, much like we talk about with the Mets trying to get creative here, I think the Yankees should also be open to that, maybe moving on from Jazz. Think about this. If they're in the same spot with Gleyber Torres, or were in the same spot with Gleyber Torres, now with Jazz, they have players that are, statistically good, especially for second base, and are productive to a certain level, but they don't love him enough to make a long-term commitment to him.
Nor should they.
No, agreed. I'm not saying that they should, but then what are we doing? Why not just move on from him now?
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, Cashman's pretty good at trades here. And I've said that I think that the Mets are going to have a big offseason, and I think the trades, and they'll sign some players as well. I think the Mets are going to make a big trade. Usually Cashman's trades are during the season, Grisham, Bednar, some other things that have happened along the way. I feel like maybe the only safe pivot is a trade that they maybe already have a kind of a quietly agreed to in principle that we don't know. And I don't need to know that now. I'm just telling you what I do know based on what they've done. I don't love the first move of the offseason is an F for me.
Saul is calling from Manalapan. What's up, Saul?
Hey, what's up? What's up, BT and Sal? BT, I think you're jumping the gun a little bit. I think you're getting a little bit too agitated over the move. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, he had a great year last year. I think, obviously, I think they need to get a couple of more pieces. Mm-hmm. But if you bring in Bellinger, and I know you don't think they're going to do anything with third base, but they really should, because that, I know you have a fielder there, but he can't hit. And I also think you need a backup righty catcher as well.
I agree with that.
I mean, they won 95 games. What exactly are you supposed to do to try to better the team I mean, they're not going to compete with the Dodgers at this level.
I don't think they're going to compete with Toronto, especially if Toronto gets Kyle Tucker. The Dodgers, I'm not even thinking about the Dodgers.
And how about Boston, who's supposed to, rumors are that they're going to be getting better.
They might. I want to see what they actually do before I anoint them. Yeah. But if they got a Pete and Bregman stays, they got some pitching, no doubt. Crochet, their big acquisition a year ago. Listen, I understand. I just said it before, Saul. The Yankees are going to be, I know they're going to be good. They're going to win 90-something. You got Cole coming back. They should have a really good rotation. But the Yank again, and it took me years to learn this. I admit it took me years to learn this. But I am no longer in the camp of, well, win the 90-something games and roll the dice and see what happens against, the Rays or the Red Sox or Toronto or whomever, the Guardians in the postseason. I now look at deficiencies, and there are still too many things on the team that I don't like. Guys who strike out too much, guys who can't run. They did get a little bit better defensively. I'll give you that with McMahon, some other moves, but this is not a championship team. And I don't want Grisham up in the 7th inning with 2 on and 2 out against a flame-throwing lefty or a filthy righty who's not going to give in. I don't trust him. Why would I? He's been a major leaguer for 6 years. 5 years, he hits under 200.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
Well, I mean, they took a calculated risk and gamble here, and now Grisham said, you know what, I'm opting in. You're right, we don't care about him and his decision, but that was a perplexing one to me.
For him, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
If you're him, I'm trying to cash. That's his one time to maybe cash in. I'm not saying he's going to break the bank, but you don't think he could have gotten a 2 or 3 year?
I absolutely. I thought he was maybe going to get like 3 plus 1 or 4. Yes, I did.
With the lack of center fielders coming off of his year.
I did.
And knowing that the labor dispute is looming, meaning that if he at least signed a 3-year deal, he would have been locked in for when baseball does return eventually to have 3 guaranteed years. Now, if baseball does go away like people think, he might not be getting another contract until 2 years later.
And then he's 32, 33, and at that point, everybody will know, he can't play center field anymore. I'm just telling you, it's like I'm kind of ahead of the curve with his defense and center. There's going to be a point where he's going to have to move to left. He can't play right. I don't love his arm. So, yeah, very, very, I think foolish, with all due respect, business decision on his end. But again, I'm thinking bigger picture. I don't really care about his decision.
What do you think's worse?
I do, but only because it impacts the Yankees.
What do you think's worse? You're into the numbers. You admitted it based on the metrics. Is Grisham's decline in center field worse, or is Lindor from the right side?
I would say...
Could we be going that way, that Lindor couldn't switch hit? Remember the metrics
can't be going that way.
Okay.
I know what the metrics said. I know what the bat speed said. I know what they said. They're wise guy. But we can't be going that direction. I don't think. I took the L on that. If you're new to the show or
so you think
never
this
heard
is
me
different?
Take the L for Lindor, I own it. I took it. No, the difference is that there was such a body of evidence for Lindor being... at many points in his career, superior from that side of the plate. So mine was an overreaction to some glaring changes to his game, whereas last year was the only good year Grisham's had.
I'm not a metrics guy at all,
Yeah.
but I do believe in what you're saying about the defensive metrics. I believe in that with Lindor as well. Because it makes sense that a player would decline as they get older, and if there are numbers to prove it, why would I think that when you get older, you're going to get better? Outside of an injury maybe that we don't know about, I can't imagine a player who's getting older with the numbers showing he's declining defensively, that changing dramatically.
Especially in a position that is physically demanding, like center, short where you got to move and lateral quickness, all that stuff. 888-808-1019, little baseball talk, BT and Sal on the Fan. We got Phil Simms later. We've got a little 3RQ. We got some good stuff. We'll get to the Mets as well. All right, guys, this winter, celebrate the joy of the season in a new all-electric SUV from Cadillac. Now, we had ours for about a month, and God, it was just unreal. Make every drive exciting with the innovative technology in an optic, or you can arrive confidently with the sophisticated styling of a Lyric. A million different ways to go, but the Cadillac all-electric was absolutely top shelf, Sal.
Yeah, and discover the comfort of the spacious 3-row Vistic as well. Experience EV luxury like never before at the season's best sales event. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer. The BT and Sal Show presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
It's Chris McMonagle overnights on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
They are not good enough. The team isn't good enough. The roster isn't good enough. The defense isn't good enough. The defensive backfield is a joke. The wide receiver group is a joke. They bring in a guy off the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad, who was with them a handful of years ago. They bring him back, and immediately he's the best wide receiver on the team. That is an indictment of this general manager.
Listen to C-Mac on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Ted Turner. Once called the Mouth of the South and Captain Outrageous, the 87-year-old entrepreneur had a manifold impact on sports. He won the 1977 America's Cup. He owned the Atlanta Hawks and Atlanta Braves, whom he once even managed. And he revolutionized broadcasting with his vision and pioneering use of satellite technology. Happy birthday, Ted. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Who's ready to hit the ice? It'll be another exciting hockey season with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss any of the action on the ice by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements, rewards may vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too, for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible board-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Good Morning Football Overtime. All about the NFL because it's made by the NFL. Breaking down the headline stories with exclusive insider access from players to the coaches, plus some of the biggest names in entertainment. Stop by. Catch Good Morning Football Overtime. Weekdays at 12 noon on My 9.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
Alrighty, folks, for weeks now, you've heard me speak about my new favorite water, Elevate Hydrogen-Infused Super Water. But did you know that Elevate isn't just the cleanest, most advanced water on the planet? Its potential benefits are actually backed by over 1,600 plus scientific studies. And just speaking for myself, I do feel quite amazing when I'm drinking it. So the question is, where can you pick up your Elevate? Well, if you do live in the 5 boroughs, why not stop by your local Walgreens or Duane Reade? And if you're not local, check out Elevate at Amazon for complimentary shipping. Drink Elevate, as I do.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT and South back on the Fan on this Wednesday morning, 888-808-1019. We'll continue with the baseball stuff here. We got Phil Simms coming up at 11 o'clock. Looking forward. Oh, I just realized that. Phil Simms, 11 at 11. That'll be fun. We haven't talked to him probably since last year, right? I think.
Yeah. I was actually texting him about a month or so ago about something not relating to this business, something else. Phil's the best, man.
Yeah, I love Phil.
He's awesome, and he's going to let it rip, and there's a lot to let it rip about with the Giants.
I've always been a fan of his, not just as a player, but his personality doing games. I loved listening to him last year with Boomer and Gio, so it was great to have him on. Looking forward to talking with Phil.
He got screwed. When he was with Nance, he was great with Nance.
Now, wasn't he with Gumbel as well, though?
Yeah.
Gumbel, maybe? I don't know.
I thought Phil's better than Tony. I'm kind of tired of Romo, actually. Give me Phil back.
I love Phil in the booth. I don't know why he got a bad rap a little bit. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. Corey is calling from Edison about his Yanks. What's up, Corey?
Hey, fellas. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah.
So I don't hate the Grisham move yet, but I'm with you, BT. If it's just Bellinger, then we have serious problems. Mm-hmm. And to me, the move is Bregman, because I say that because you can play him at short while Volpe heals, and then you slide him over to third, trade McMahon once Volpe's back. So I think that's just a perfect fit, and he obviously enhances the lineup tremendously.
Well, think about this, Corey. From a baseball point of view, I'm not going to disagree. I mean, Bregman is clutch. He can play third. He's a winner. He'd fit in perfectly, no doubt. But do you think the Yankees are going to have the appetite for a 5 or 6 year contract for Bregman? I don't.
Yeah, so usually I would say no. I wonder if this lockout changes things. I think people are saying they'll be more aggressive. Try to get in these big deals right before the lockout. So maybe they have a little bit more aggressive than they showed the last 10, 15 years. But that's all. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay. I'm hoping that it's not just Bellinger and that's it.
I think he might go to the Mets over the Yankees personally, Bregman.
Yeah, I can't, and thanks for the call. I can't also just focus on the free agents. The Yankees need to make some trades here. Both the Mets and Yankees need to do that. But talk about the Yankees here specifically. They need to make some trades. My biggest priority, aside from bringing Bellinger back, which I think is an obvious one, you got to bring him. Same thing I said about Soto last year. I know it's a different story because of how much money he got, but the same thing applies now. You don't want to start losing players and then try to rebuild it. Yankees went to the World Series. They lost arguably their best player. Obviously, I know how great Judge was, but I'm factoring in postseason. They lost one of their 2 best players in Soto and then had to go to plan B and rebuild it. And you saw what happened. While it was a nice team, it wasn't better than it was the year before, and the results certainly weren't better. Now, I have a hard time thinking that they were good and won 94 games and got to the postseason. You're going to lose Bellinger, and that who was arguably one of your best players, and then get better.
Yeah.
To get better, you have to stay the same first, and then add on top of that.
Yeah, but that's what worries me about. I mean, are they internally sitting there saying, well, we're going to have Garrett Cole for about 27, 28 starts? Now, I can understand that point of view to an extent. Like if the Yankees had 27 starts last year from Garrett Cole, I think they win the division because they tied with Toronto. They just lost out on the tiebreaker. So even if he wasn't vintage Cy Young, basically generational Garrett Cole last year, but just good Garrett Cole, they probably win the division, which maybe changes things in their mind. I don't know. I'm looking at contract. Let me hit you with this real fast, right? So I've got Newsweek, Baseball America, The Athletic, NBC Sports, and something else from Newsweek. This will be quick. Contract predictions for Bregman. 6 years, 182. 6 years, 180. 6 years, 175. 6 years, 168. 6 years, 160. 6 years, 150. The consensus being 6 years, and the average about 172 to 173 mil. You think the Yanks are doing that? I don't.
But why
Plus
not?
Bellinger.
Why not?
Because they haven't done that forever.
No, I wouldn't need that if it's Bellinger plus Quan, let's say, or a trade where maybe I'd like to move on from Jazz and get a. Well, why couldn't they trade Jazz and maybe get a right-handed hitting third baseman? You know what I'm saying? Just get creative. And then even then you could think about maybe Volpe to second and maybe see if you could figure out something, whether it's Caballero, whether it's Lombard. I don't know if he's going to be ready.
He's not going to be ready
Cashman
yet.
said not at all
Not
this
yet.
year?
Not at all. He's not going to be. He's not making the team.
Not even middle of the season?
That wasn't ruled out, but the expectation is that he's going to play the entire season
I'm
in
just
the minors.
thinking, trying to get creative here where you need the pieces to fit the puzzle much better than they currently do.
Yes.
I mean, it's very simple.
Yes, they do.
You've got all these DHs, we talk about it. Rice has his limitations. You know about Stanton. You now have Grisham back in the mix. You got Dominguez, who's limited. Spencer Jones, where's the room for him if you're going to bring Bellinger back? McMahon, who's a very good defensive third baseman. He can't hit. He's also a lefty. Volpe wasn't very good last year. He's even hurt to start the year. So now you're going with a bench player to be your everyday starter at shortstop. A guy at second base that puts up good numbers but isn't a winning player, you got problems all over the place.
That's why I'm worried.
I know, but
that's why I'm pushing back.
I could understand that, but I would expect that they all, I hope that they also see this and realize that they have to have a big offseason.
But here's the thing. Even if Cashman does see this, and I'm sure he sees some of what we're saying, will Hal consent to allow him to follow through on what he sees?
Sal is in Brooklyn. What's up, Sal?
Sally.
What's going on, boys? Hoping all is well, man.
Oh.
BT, straight up, I'm with you on this. First of all, Sally, how can somebody like that caller before? We could use him as a fourth outfielder. He made $5 million last year. You just increased his salary fourfold.
Yep.
He's not a $22 million ball player. That's my problem, front and center. You want to bring him back? Let him walk. You're worried about a draft pick for Grisham? Come on, you're the Yankees. Let that go, man. He ain't a $22 million player. And now you hamstring yourself. You go get that Japanese third baseman or maybe Bregman, and then you bring Bellinger without sweating it because $22 million from Grisham and the $12 million that you had for the first baseman, Goldschmidt, that you let go, you're not even sweating bringing somebody back, man.
Yeah.
But now you're bringing me this guy for $22 million?
But Sal, here's the point. I'm not disagreeing with that thought process. This is still the New York Yankees. If they're gonna let 1 year, $22 million prevent them from going big in the offseason, then there's no point to even having the conversation.
Sal, it's not 1 year because they're still picking up LeMahieu's money this year, $15 million. You got $32 million laying for a third baseman who can't hit, and you got $22 million on a guy who's a 217 lifetime hitter. These guys are garbage, man. They're not constructed
Well, Sal,
go deep in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Sal from Brooklyn. Here's the thing, too. It's not just 1 year of money at $20+ million for a guy that I don't believe is worth it based on the deficiencies. It's also another year where you don't get answers on Dominguez or Jones. That's the other problem.
Well, maybe they have their answer on either of those two guys.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. And maybe internally they've already decided that. But I don't know how they can come to that answer with the limited runway they gave Dominguez and Jones never seeing a pitch in the majors. If that's the case, then I wouldn't agree with that early assessment, but they very well might have that assessment.
Would you agree that they need to trade at least one of those two?
They have to at this point. Yes,
okay.
yes, they do.
Good God.
Yes.
You have to. So identify which one for whatever reason. Maybe it's because the Guardians want one over the other, whatever. Or you identify, hey, Dominguez at this point, we'd rather have the potential of Spencer Jones. Either way, one of those guys needs to be moved. That would mean that you're going to get a pretty good piece coming back that may fit you better. Maybe it's for a second baseman, third baseman. I have no idea. I'm just thinking Quan because I want a left fielder. But if you don't get Quan, then it should be one of the other. Maybe it's Spencer Jones in center or left, and then you could move around with Grisham, and Grisham could be insurance in case of one of the young guys don't live up to the expectations. I just don't think it's this 1 year, $22 million for a player who was productive last year and can be very useful. At a time where there aren't good center fielders, he's a more than capable, whether he's declining or not.
He's definitely capable.
Okay,
I'm not going to push back on that.
More than capable center fielder. You have him for 1 year, $22 million. I just think it could be a useful piece that should not really significantly impact what you do the rest of the offseason.
And as this goes on, Judge's clock is ticking, Cole's clock is ticking. I mean, they're not getting younger, these guys.
BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll take a break from the baseball talk, although we'll still take your calls next hour. But when we return, Phil Simms will join us. We'll talk some Big Blue and go around the NFL a little bit with Phil B on the other side.
This week on The Fan.
Keep listening for your chance to score a pair to see Motley Crue at the PNC Bank Art Center, July 31st. Tickets go on sale Friday, 9 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Brought to you by Live Nation. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get an impressive offer on a new Mazda CX-5 starting at $28,319 during the More to Move You sales event. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you, too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Quality is very important here at the North Pole. You see, I check my list once, twice. All done.
Well, Santa, quality's important to us at Nissan, too. We actually test every model thousands of times. There's the frame twist test, shaker test, corrosion test, drive load test, tug-of-war test, towing test, off-roading test, practical strength test, splash test, corrugated road test, chassis dynamics test, water intrusion test, extreme heat test, extreme cold test, rough road test, jump test, curb impact test. And physical parts tests.
Save on J.D. Power's #1 mainstream brand in new vehicle quality at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Rogue Platinum, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 12/1/25.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action and get you ready for kickoff. Presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
D'Agostino, law, bite back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
My man, Dr. Jay Shah, specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, and sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Samwell Pain for all their aches and pains. Visit SamwellPain.com.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Nada que ver. Bring in a bill from AT&T or T-Mobile to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. ¿Y ahora? ¿Qué vas a hacer with all those unwanted bills? Pues, how about a full-scale origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Fuera de broma. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Verizon store in New York City today, and we'll give you a better deal for you and tu familia. Rankings based on RedMetrics Root Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill from T-Mobile or AT&T dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Talk sports with BT and Sal. Middays 10 to 2. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
We're brought to you by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. While the Nets continue to flounder, the Knicks look for a road win tonight. They'll be in Dallas to take on the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson upgraded to questionable. As for the Nets, they're now 2-12 with their loss to the Celtics last night. The Rangers fell to the Golden Knights out in Vegas 3-2. Shea Theodore's power play goal in the third proved to be the difference. Head coach Mike Sullivan, what was the issue?
Well, I think we got to pressure more. I just feel like there's a lot of hesitation in their game right now, and when you get scored against, it's probably a bit of a natural tendency, but we've got to get back on our toes and putting pressure on people.
And the Knicks the Rangers falling to 10-9-2. The Islanders won in Dallas, beat the Stars 3-2. Jason Robertson scored the go-ahead goal with 2 minutes to go. It looked like the Stars had tied it, but goalie interference was called late, and the Islanders pull off the win. Bo Horvat, his 13th goal of the season before being ejected for high sticking in the third. And speaking of ejections, Mikko Rantanen was ejected for boarding Alexander Romanov in the third as well. The Lightning beat the Devils 5-1, and Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M remain the top 3 teams in the latest college football playoff rankings. Alabama dropped 6 spots to number 10 after its loss to Oklahoma. Rutgers, by the way, plays in Columbus against Ohio State on Saturday. This report brought to you by Motion Sports Medicine. Living in New York is not a spectator sport. Don't let pain keep you on the sidelines. Get back to what moves you with Motion's expert physical therapists. Most insurances accepted. Schedule an appointment at motionptg.com today. Also brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Current temperature brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in New York. 42 in Central Park, and that's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco on WFAN. Now streaming our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
It's time to get
Phil.
What's the time? It's time to get
Phil.
What's the time? It's time to get
Phil.
BT and Sal Show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. To talk those Giants, we welcome in Giants legend Phil Simms. Phil, how you been? Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I like how you led into me. You got to give me that balance of nature Phil thing. So, what am I going to say? Look, I'm proud of being part of Balance of Nature. Whatever. I'll leave Boomer and Gio out of this, too.
So we got some peppers for you, Phil.
Yeah. Phil, what do you think here of the state of your beloved New York football Giants?
Oh, boy. Well, listen, I think everybody was too many things. One, it shows you they're not quite at the level even close to where they want to be when you can never win a close game or when you have leads and you lose them. That says something there. I would say overall, though, looking at the team, disappointment is on the defensive side. The offensive line has been, I think, surprisingly good. Running the ball, protecting the quarterback okay. They have the quarterback. I think we all agree upon that. And it's here we go. It's close. Okay, it's close. Every game they've been playing since after the 0-3 start or whatever, they've been extremely competitive and had chances to probably win them all. And I think that explains the team. I know that, of course, Brian Daboll, I feel bad that they let him go, but as coaches around the NFL, look at this roster, look at how they played this year, forget the record. There's a lot of guys and coaches that would love to have that Giant job because I think it's something you can say, all it needs is a little more, and it's going to be good. So.
Phil, you've never sugarcoated stuff. That's one of the reasons why we all love you here. So I hear you on the personnel stuff. The O-line was really good the other day, and they've taken some steps forward. But to me, it's less about the team, at least in terms of the roster right now, and more about the health of the organization, which is why I think they need somebody as the head coach who's done it before. Where do you stand on what's going to be a very extensive and a very important search for the Giants' next head coach?
Well, BT, I don't really know the answer to that question. I don't think they have to have somebody that's done it before. Sometimes the guy that's done it before already got fired somewhere, and then what did he do there? Let's judge that a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get into who. In my mind, I have 2 or 3 assistant coaches. If the Giants hired them, I'm not going to say who they are. I'm not backing out or anything like that. It's just I played for the Giants. I worked for the Giants in a certain capacity, and I'm just going to be truthful to this. There's a couple assistants out there that I think are perfect for the Giant job, and as it gets closer, we'll see where it goes.
Do you believe that the Giants' failures has been more about poor coaching or undermanned roster or just effort from players in general, specifically on the defense? What do you think is the biggest reason why the Giants yet again are 2-9?
Well, look, I'll be the fan here for a minute. I'm just not happy with how situations are used or done. So it's, I guess you'd say it's some of the coaching, some of the decision-making on both sides of the ball. We just keep talking about the offense. Oh, they shouldn't have thrown this pass and that. But on the defensive side, come on. That's the biggest disappointment of all of this New York Giants football team. I mean, we expected the defense, at least I did, to not be good. I expected them to be damn dominant. And it's not that they just have a defensive line. They got depth there, too, where they can bring guys in and out and keep them fresh. And to me, that's probably the biggest thing that I've looked at and been disappointed in the football team is the defensive line has not dominated like I thought they would.
Well, Phil, I think we all have that expectation. I remember saying during the summer, like, hey, this could be a top 10 Giants defense and getting a lot of sacks and, very sudden flipping fields and forcing turnovers. So we all thought that. Why hasn't that happened?
Well, I think, listen, I'm disappointed in the coaching on the defensive side. I'm just going to be honest there. There are situations, Shane Bowen came in, and when he was at Tennessee, and, we don't know if it's his ideas or he's being told some of this stuff. But, man, down in Tennessee, they were a blitzing team. And the team wasn't very good, but the damn defense could play a lot of good games. And I thought, wow, that's going to cover up some of the weaknesses the Giants had. I didn't see it last year. Now that they have a better roster, I just wish they were more aggressive on the defensive side. So that's really a big complaint that I have about the football team.
Well, let me follow up on that, and something else I think we all agree on. So we talk about this, but how does it work on game day? So Daboll's an offensive guy. They might go offense, it might go defense, independent of that. When the head coach, who's an offensive mind, sees things happening on defense that he doesn't like, he's obviously either got to walk down the hall during the week or walk down the sideline and find the coordinator and say, yo, what are we doing? Let's mix it up. That didn't seem to happen enough. Am I overstating how often that happens for the successful teams?
Well, yeah, I think there should be great communication between the head coach and the coordinators. There's no doubt about it. And, I hate saying these things and people, you're still talking about the old days. But I can remember standing there or something and Bill Parcells on the headset talking to Bill Belichick, and it wasn't like, hey, you're doing a great job, coach. And it was, I would even chuckle sometimes going, damn, he's getting all over Belichick. But I always think that's the job of the head coach, to manage the game. Manage the game means many things, going for it on 4th and 3, punting the ball on 4th and 1, but also managing the coordinators. And, that you get a feel for the game. And you go, hey, come on, let's go. Let's send some guys. Let's put more pressure on them. We got it. We're covering well, whatever it is. And the same on the offensive side. Hey, let's take a few chances here. This is set up to do this, whatever. There's many, many scenarios that you can bring up there. So that's one of the things I love about what I do now. On Sundays, I watch all these games. I got 3 TVs, man. We're watching it. We're all talking, laughing. And, man, the management of games by NFL coaches, this might be the worst year ever of what they around the league, going for everything on 4th down. Well, analytics said it was 52%. Well, analytics is stupid. How's that? Okay.
Boy, Phil.
No, these analytic things get way out of control because it's the out for the coaches. Well, analytics said, I should do this. So that's why I'm being aggressive, because that's who we are. We're aggressive. That's the other term I hate hearing. Oh, we're just aggressive. No, you might be aggressive, but at this point in time, that was not the right call.
Yeah, I mean, just leaving points off the board without kicking field goals. I'm not saying you can't be aggressive in certain spots, Phil, but so many of these coaches, they just forego the 3 points like it's nothing. It changes the game.
I write them down every week as I'm watching games. The old story, chasing the points, it's real and it's wrong. And I shouldn't say it's wrong. Most of the time, it is wrong. And, I learned through a couple coaches, and again, I think Bill Parcells, I'll bring his name up all the time, that he was one of the greatest game managers in history. And there were certain things, just for example, we played a championship game against the Washington Redskins in '86, and we take the win instead of the opposite, taking the ball or making them take it. So we had the win behind us. And I said, so why are we doing this? He goes, I just want to get ahead. I don't care if it's 3-0. That score, we're starting to put pressure on them right away. And when we do that, we got them.
Yeah.
And, and it's so true. So you're saying it. Take the damn 3 points. We're going for 2 in the first quarter, some of these coaches. It's so... Oh, well,
I love it.
So Phil, I hear you. I'm not going to disagree, but I'm going to give you something else to chew on and offer a little more clarity here.
You can disagree. I
would. But I don't fully. I would, but I don't fully disagree. I just want to kind of go to a different part of the conversation. So you talk about your day, right? And we all miss those days. But 3 points mattered more because teams didn't drive down the field in 33 seconds with one timeout. It's a different league. So the emphasis and chasing points, while it fails a lot, I do understand it more so now because it's a different league, Phil.
Well, I'm going to disagree in many things. Yes, it is a different league. There's no doubt about that. But also the scenario, chasing it, when you chase it, that's always big. So you got to make those decisions, like going forward, like you're saying. Well, okay, we hear the analytics, we all this talk, but let's go into what the game really is that day, where points are going to be extremely valuable. And, I go back to when we watched Detroit and Philadelphia play. Oh, my gosh, that was, come on. It just right away, let's go for it, let's go for it. Go for it. Yeah, you're playing probably the best defensive front in the damn NFL. Okay, but we're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Yeah, what are you going to do? Hell, they can cover, they can rush, they can stop the run, but no, let's do it because that's who we are. Well, you got to be versatile. You got to be able to adjust, and that's the thing about analytics. And sometimes when I say these outs, we're aggressive. This is what we do. I don't want to hear it.
BT and Sal on the Fan. We're talking with Phil Simms. We got plenty to get to here. I want to go back to the Giants for a second. Big picture, Phil. You mentioned before that you think they have a better roster. What do you think overall of the job Joe Shane has done in 4 years?
Well, I don't have the problem with it that everybody else does out there. Like, oh, my gosh, he picked this guy and this guy. You can go to every team, and I'll show you a lot of bad draft picks. So he's hit on some big ones too. So they're involved with it down there, the hierarchy, the owners, whatever you want to say. They're, of course, love their team. They want the fans to be happy. That's the Mara's way. There's no doubt about that. So overall, I think he's hit some home runs. And, how did we like Jackson Dart? Is that okay? Is he okay? Yeah, I think he's okay. And, some of these other going and getting Brian Burns. Oh, my gosh, that would change. He changes your damn team, Brian Burns. And
not enough.
If he's not the leader of that football team, I don't know who the hell is, because it's effort, it's emotion, it's every dang game with Brian Burns.
He's a stud. Nobody's going to push back on that. But I'm happy you specifically used the word leader, because to me, and I'm not there, as you know, from where I'm sitting, the Giants seem leaderless. Because if they and I know what LT did, taking naps, but that was LT. When you're late for meetings or you're missing walkthroughs, like, what veteran? It doesn't seem to be Dexter. Burns doesn't seem to have that personality. Who is putting the young bucks in place? They don't seem to have leadership, Phil.
Well, we're not going to know what goes inside the meetings and locker room, so we don't know that. I would be shocked if Bill Carter is not getting an earful from some of the defensive players, and of course he's getting the answer a little bit from the coaching staff. Listen, I can't imagine something like that happening with all the head coaches I had with the New York Giants.
Yeah.
So the punishment would be quick and it would be severe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we might not know about it. They might keep it under wraps a little better in today's world where everything gets out. But, yeah, it's unacceptable. And I'm sure the teammates just didn't go, oh, it's okay. No, I don't think that. I think it's a little more than that. I think on the defensive side, they got a couple guys that would speak up and keep you in line. And I feel pretty safe in saying that, too, about the Giants.
Okay. And again, like Deion Dawkins said, what he said the other day, from the Bills' perspective, I'm not saying that nobody on the Giants said anything, but there's attempted leadership and there's effective leadership. And the fact that it seemed to be fairly repeated with Abdul Carter, yeah, guys may have said something. He didn't get the message, Phil.
Well, yeah, there's a little things. I had a good thought in my mind about that. Is that we really don't know that, but yes, I wish there was a unit on the team that we knew was going to be physical, vocal, and do the right stuff to do the right job. And maybe I'm kind of agreeing with you there.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I'm not going to give the names, but Lawrence Taylor would speak up. And one time we had a little problem on the offensive side with the receiver, and Lawrence walked up to him and says, "Hey, man, I want you to play well today. But after this game, if we lose, I can't even say what he said."
Oh, man. Beat him up?
But he basically said, "I'm going to beat your ass when it's over."
Oh, man, that's awesome.
That is leadership.
Yep.
But here's where what happens. There's a guy or two on the team that is on that, and the coach permeates it down to the players. And, of course, the coach was a great leader. And, the old thing, I always say this, too. Every day was the most damn important day for 8 years under Bill Parcells. And I really mean that. It was incredible. The pressure on practice. You want to go the old, who said that? Practice? Oh, Allen Iverson. Practice? That's what you think sometimes, but not when the leader is out there telling you it better be good. If it's not, you're going to hear it big time the following day. And what it does, especially when you're playing teams and you're better than. Of course, that's not the case with the Giants this year. You never look at a game and go, wow, they should win this game going away. That's not possible.
Phil, what do you think of the play calling with Jackson Dart? There's been a lot of criticism nationally, locally about the Giants relying too heavily on him to run the football. What are you seeing from Jackson Dart? Not just his play overall, but the idea of the play calling running him potentially too much.
Well, they're trying to win the game. So I don't have I'm not against that like a lot of people. Listen, to me, the problem is Jackson Dart in that situation. It's not that difficult. You got to know when the play is coming close to an end. And, as a quarterback, he's running. I'm sure he sees everybody around him as he's running, and he's doing whatever. But you got to get down, and you got You got to live to play another play. It's almost like passing. Passing, it's great if you can throw it down the field and hit a big one. We need you to hit all the routine throws. And those plays they set up for him, I thought they were extremely well designed. They were, by and large, working in favor of the Giants. But he takes it just that little bit, that 2 extra steps, and that's the situation he is in.
Yeah.
So surely he has learned. It's like quarterbacks. I don't know who I said this about last week on a podcast. I said, he's throwing interceptions. Your only goal this week to do in this game, and it's going to hamper you a little bit. Never throw an interception. Don't even get close to taking a chance or anything where it can happen, because you want to get your confidence back. You want to help your team, and you want the team to believe in you.
Yeah.
So,
and let's face it, Phil.
Well, let me just say.
No, sure, of course.
Players on the team didn't kind of read the riot act a little bit to Jackson Dart, just because they all know how important he was to the football team.
No, that kind of goes back to what I was saying about leadership. Another example where maybe it wasn't done. And we all know what he's doing, and we all respect it. He's a young buck, and he's trying to prove to a bunch of grown men, you drafted the right guy, and I'm here to go. And we respect that for sure. We love it. We just got to make sure he reels it in, and I think he will at some point. I've got a bigger issue, a question for you, maybe more... a little deeper. So we're talking about the old days before, and can you imagine, you mentioned Washington, Gibbs rolling in, or the Eagles with Randall, or whomever, Dallas with Landry rolling in, and you as the quarterback, not once, but 2 straight home games, having to do a silent snap count because there's more fans of the other team. And I don't blame Giant fans. They can make money and they haven't won, so sell the tickets. But the erosion of... the pride that Giant fans have always had, it is sad. Doesn't it sadden you?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a lot to answer there.
Yeah, I know.
Nowadays, we need a satisfaction right away. So, no matter what happened with the Giants this year, I don't know if I really deep down thought they would make the playoffs. I thought, wow, if everything falls into place and, this happens and that happens, they can make the playoffs. But it's still a rebuilding franchise. And like I said, I think they're getting closer. They got some guys that can be leaders of the team and people to look up to because of their production and the way they handle themselves. So, but yeah, with the fans, actually, I was a little not happy, but surprised when Green Bay played the Giants. I expect, oh my gosh, it'll be all Green Bay people. But I thought the Giant fans, by and large, were into it. And, I could hear them as I was watching TV. So, yeah, one thing, as Bill Parcells said, I know I quote him a lot, and I don't care. He said a lot of mean things to me. Sometimes I want to get even. But owners know 2 things. They can count to 11. To make sure you don't run a unit out there that has 9 or 10 on it, and they can see the empty seats. And the empty seats are a big deal.
Yep.
And the Giants, when people say the Maras love the football team, that's an understatement. It's beyond that. It's more than that. They really, truly, I think, with Wellington Mara and even John, talking to them, they want more for the fans. It's always about the fans in their eyes. And especially, I used to talk to Wellington Mara a lot, and he'd always bring it up about the fans.
Phil, sorry, go ahead.
You got to win to keep the fans coming, and the Giants need to do more of that, of course.
Phil, I know you have a unique taste in glasses. What do you think of Jackson Dart's glasses?
Okay, what the hell was unique about my glasses? Okay, what have you been talking to big fat
grandma glasses? Phil?
I listened to Boomer and Gio calling you lady glasses. I would be curious to get your take on Jackson Dart. Not his arm, who cares about that? But his glasses that he wears. Are you into that that style?
Well, I think the first time I saw him, I go, "What the hell is he wearing there?" But listen, he's young, he's pretty hip to say the least. I guess that's the way to say it. Just the way he puts the uniform on and the eye black and everything. So the glasses, I just look at them. I'm getting used to them. I saw him again last night on TV when I was watching something. I go, yeah, man, he's got it all. So, and what's really amazing about Jackson Dart is I think the running has been better than we all expected. But I was at training camp a lot. And every time I went to training camp, I go, damn, he's throwing it better today than he did the other day. Is this real? And, of course, right in the game, right away, he shows it to us. But his choice of clothes and wardrobe and glasses, for him, it's working. That's all I can say.
He's got drip. There's no doubt. All right, so we want to get.
What do you call it? He's got drip?
Yeah, a little drip. He's drippy. Come on, Phil. He's got a little drip. He's got a little swag.
Hey, act your age. Hey, come on. You know.
Jeez, he is. He's 22. Hey, what do I do? You grandma glasses like you?
He's saying you at your age. Yeah, using the word drip.
Okay, I got you. All right, so there's a couple of college quarterbacks that the Jets very well might have an eye on here.
Right.
But before we get to that, something along the lines of college, and I know I texted you about this briefly to congratulate you. Morehead State, the stadium in which they play, is now called Phil Simms Stadium, recently named after you. What an honor, man. How amazing was that?
Well, yeah, it was great. It really was. You know, it's humbling to say the least. And what was really great about it, being back in the school for a long time, I go down there every summer, usually help run a football camp or whatever. Camps are kind of dying everywhere. You know, it's all about, what do they call it? You just come to let the school look at you and how fast you run the 40 in, and okay, and we move on to the next school.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was a great honor. I got to see a lot of teammates that I've played with that I haven't seen since we left college.
Wow.
And, so all that and just the support from the fans. And, hey, Moorhead's on a roll, baby. They've won 4 in a row. That's all I can. So,
we care about the stadium, Phil.
I was just looking it up. I didn't even know where it was.
Kentucky,
Morehead
right?
State. Yeah, Kentucky. Okay.
yeah, it's in Kentucky. Yeah. So it was great. The first thing I got hundreds of text messages, and they all say congratulations, and then they go, how much did you have to pay them?
Did you cut a check? You had to cut something along the way, Phil.
Well, maybe over the years, but I didn't have to do it just for this.
Gotcha.
So it was great.
That's awesome.
It really was a lot of fun.
And what are you thinking of some of these college quarterbacks that you see? You have one in particular that you want the Jets to get?
No, I don't have one particular now because there's too much time left in the college football season, off season. Let's see, and you get a chance to really look at them, but. Hey, it's going to be I don't know if it's going to be a great quarterback draft, but it's going to be a big volume of them. In the next 2 years, there are a lot of pro quarterbacks in college football. And, I mean, it's every style that you want. You know, Ty Simpson of Alabama, he's a very, very good thrower of the football, and he can really run, too. You know, that's just one. Of course, Fernando Mendoza.
Love him.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, I mean, man, I covered him one game when they were playing Iowa, and that was probably his worst game of the year. But I stood on the field behind him, watched him throw it, and I went, holy man. It was, I know it's against the air and all that. I don't care. I think I can judge him pretty damn well.
Yeah.
But he threw it like a big-time pro. And what I do like about, we'll see how the all-season goes and how the rest of the season goes. But the one thing at Indiana, it's not like this all-out offense. It's a pro offense. You know, they're playing like they're a pro football team. They don't take chances. They got, they kind of have the package that you see them do every week, and then they add on to it a little. And, of course, the quarterback is tremendous thrower of the ball. And, they're good on defensive line and offensive line, so it's going to be fun to watch the playoffs. But those two jump out to me. John Mateer, who's at Oklahoma, has a great arm, can really move around. This is me just speaking right now. If I was him, I'd stay in college. One more year to be a little more of a system quarterback. We get all excited about all these things about these quarterbacks, and all of a sudden, well, he's running too much, this and that. And you need experience is real. It is true. If you can get 3 years of starting quarterback in college, and especially if it's against good competition and you're on a good team, then you can really judge them. It becomes much, much easier. So saying that, the two I just talked about, I think we know a lot about them too.
We do.
Where they go in the draft.
I love Mendoza, but obviously I'm not a scout here, and there's a lot to determine still. One thing, and I've finally come to this conclusion, and listen, the Jets being the Jets have gotten my brain twisted over the years trying to evaluate these quarterbacks, so I've gotten more wrong than I've gotten right, admittedly. But I am now of the opinion, Phil, and I see Drake May doing this like an expert. I see Jackson Dart doing this. One of the most desirable traits, how big are you, fast arm, we get that. Can you manipulate the pocket, little step to your left, little step back, little step right, little step up, to give yourself a window with your eyes up downfield to buy time when the pocket's collapsing? I almost think that is among the most important things for sure for modern quarterbacks now. What about you?
Well, I would say this right now is this great thing about this, what I do now is Saturday, I watch college football the whole day. It's awesome. And, I see a lot of quarterbacks that manipulate the pocket much better because throwing's become bigger, of course, in college football. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they were great working the pocket. Why? Because what other choice did they have? Were they going to take off and run? No. So that's something that you look at too. Then you say, oh, this guy's really mobile. He can look at all that good runs. Yeah, that's good. But will that transfer to pro football? Unless you are off the charts, Lamar Jackson, to say the least. He was so quick and so fast, he was able to, his running adapted right to the NFL. But there's not many Lamar Jacksons out there. And the fact that you run too much in college takes away from the fact of what pro football, no matter how you look at it, it is. It's a drop back, read it, and make the throw. And we judge these quarterbacks. Damn, do we judge them hard. Caleb Williams, did they make a mistake? Should they draft a quarterback this year? What do you think? My gosh. Caleb Williams, he's tremendous. He's really, if I had to redraft them, which I did this on a podcast, redraft them, I still would take Caleb Williams number one. I mean, I'm not going to say it's just a shoe-in, but big, runs, mobile, throws on the run better almost than anybody I've ever seen.
Wow.
He's got a really good arm, and he's being coached, and he's really just becoming a better football player. And we put too much on these young quarterbacks. It was never that way. And all of a sudden, we're ready to judge them after 2 years, and we got to get rid of them. So I don't even know if I answered your question.
All I heard there was what's so great about what you do now. You sit there, watch football on Sunday. You sit there, watch football on Saturday. What is it that you do now? Is this just retired? Like, what's going on in Phil Simms' world that you can just sit around on your rear end Saturday and Sunday, wall to wall, and watch all these football games?
Well, wait, don't make it sound like I'm just a big fat slob sitting there watching TV. What do I do now? I do a lot of that. I talk on, do a lot of podcasts. Not a lot, but I do enough of them to where I can have some fun and get my opinion out there and probably counter, which is I love to do, is counter what I hear on TV. Did you know the Cowboys, I think, can run the table now. They beat the Raiders. Oh, my God, the Cowboys are great. Oh, I don't know how they've ever lost a game. I think they can run the table and win the championship. I mean, that's really basic. I'm being sarcastic. But that's what people are saying on TV the last couple of days. The Raiders. The Raiders maybe are the worst team in the NFL. They got a lot of work to do. So
people on radio and TV the last day or so have been ripping Cam Scadaboo for participating in wrestling out at Madison Square Garden. Do you see any of that? You have an opinion on Cam Scadaboo getting in a little mix up there with some of the wrestlers?
Well, I didn't read it. I know what happened or whatever, and I would just say this: you shouldn't have done it. It's just a bad optic. That's all. It was to me. I went, oh, what are you doing? You just come on. You don't have to do it. Just be part of the team, hang around, do your thing, rehab as much as you can, and all that. But yeah, so I'm not like crazy mad over it, but also. If he'd have said something to somebody in the organization, I think they would just go, Kim, hey, don't do it. Just hang here with us.
Yeah.
So
that's what we said. Nobody's saying don't go, but you don't have to start shoving people and getting shoved. I mean, your foot was hanging by a thread.
Oh, listen. Boy, you get me going. Between him and Jackson Dart, man, it was a couple good weeks. You're just like, wow. The personality of the team changed like overnight, and it was exciting. It really was. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, damn, the Giants, they could probably hang and beat anybody right now in the NFL. So they found a
well, Phil, you sound like ththose dopes saying that Dallas could beat anybody and win the Super Bowl. So you made the same mistake, man.
No, you cut out on me a little bit there. What I was saying, I just brought excitement, and you felt like they had a chance to win.
Yeah. I'm just messing with you.
Like, oh, my God, here we are again, down 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. I watched the game this past week. Wow, Green Bay, come on. You talk about Jordan Love can do two things right now. He can throw a screen, and he can throw it far down the field. But where the game is really played is in between. And, man, Green Bay, what happened to their offense? I probably have watched every one of their games. And it's just, there's no in between. It's bomb it or throw a screen.
Oh.
There's, the league is in between. It's where all the plays you have to make, the routine plays, and those are plays you can't miss. And I don't know. I know you guys watched the game, but when Malik Willis came in there, bing, bong, boom, whatever, touchdown, Jordan Love goes, I'm good. I'm coming back in.
Yeah.
And it's real. Malik Willis, last year when he played, he was not good. He was spectacular. And, no starting quarterback wants to see the backup come in and have great success. I hope we score, but I hope it's with you hand it off and he runs 80 yards.
Like Jeff Hostetler.
Well, okay. I don't know. I'm not. How's that comparison?
When you said no starting quarterback wants to see the backup quarterback come in and have success. Did that not happen?
Well, no. When you're hurt, you don't give a crap.
All right. I'm just making sure.
There you go.
Last one for you, Phil.
Wait. Let me just say this. So I'm on the field with San Francisco, and I want to say hi to Kyle Shanahan, which my son's best friends and all that, and the Shanahans have been very good to me over the years. And Brock Purdy is there, and I said, Brock, I know where you're at, man. I said, you want the team to win. You just hope the quarterback doesn't play too well.
and what'd he say?
I'm trying to give him confidence. And, of course, I was he kind of smiled and laughed a little bit. I went, wow, that was stupid on my part.
Oh, man.
But he did. Phil. He played. I thought he played really well in his first game back and everything like that. And, Mac Jones, it just goes to show you time, but the right offense, the system around you and all that, you get a chance. He took advantage of it big time. I mean, that's an understatement. Really, that's the guy I think, and I've always said this, right or wrong, that's who San Francisco wanted. And, even Kyle Shanahan is kind of like, it was a lot of time when we did that in between or whatever. And they changed their mind and took Trey Lance. And Mac Jones, you saw what he would fit and did fit the 49er offense to the T. I mean, everything about what they do, that's what he was. And that's why they moved up in the draft, in my opinion, was to take Mac Jones. But public pressure, TV, whatever it is, I don't know what changed their minds, but it backfired on them.
Last one, Phil. Hoff was telling me, our producer, in our ear that Shedeur Sanders is going to start this week for the Browns. What are your thoughts on Shedeur getting the NFL start here against the Raiders this weekend?
Well, it's a great place to start. It really is. And the fact that Dylan Gabriel got a concussion, I said, well, there's no way he'll be back. And I look at the Raiders. I watched them play against Dallas and everything like that. I haven't watched Shedeur's play yet, but I'll probably do that later today. But this is the team. They'll be ready. It'll be extremely careful. And then once they get you settled in as a quarterback, which you want to do I don't care who the quarterback is. Aaron Rodgers, hey, let's throw 2 screens, and all of a sudden, I'm just telling you the truth. If I were to throw 2 screens to start the game, I go, all right, man, I got it today. This is good. I feel good. I'm confident now, and, you can make the rest of the throws. So they'll manage him very well. I would expect him to play well. The argument about that he's not getting reps at practice, hey, I never got reps until I played. In other words, we didn't give reps to the backup quarterback. They ran the scout team. Because there's so much in a game plan and what you're trying to do for the game, you don't have time to be substituting quarterbacks in and out in practice to make sure the backup is – no, the backup is a backup for a reason. So when he's called upon, the standards are still high. Won't be as good as the starter, but at least gives you a chance.
Thank you, Phil. We appreciate your time. Good luck in, whatever it is that you're doing now, hanging out watching football wall-to-wall, Saturday, Sunday, feeding the fox.
Yeah, the foxes. I got 3 of them now, so I don't know what the hell's happening, but as my wife said the other night, I took food out to the foxes. It was chicken breast. They weren't cooked. And she goes, should I cook them first? I know I told Boomer on this story. I go, they're wild animals. No, they'll eat it. They eat other animals a lot. So, whatever.
Yeah, but what about salmonella for the foxes? You should have cooked it.
Okay. That's a good answer.
There you go.
Wrong answer.
Thank you, Phil.
Great job, Phil.
Always
Awesome.
fun. I miss hearing Phil all the time. We ask off and set him up, and obviously Phil loves talking football. What a life, huh?
Not bad.
He's like, that's what I love what I'm doing right now. I'm like, what exactly are you doing? You sound like you're sitting wall to wall Saturday at noon and all through the evening and then watching football and then Sunday.
I know he's working with some top high school quarterback prospects too. I know both. I think it's Matt. I think Matt's doing that. I don't know that Chris is doing that, but Phil and Matt are definitely doing that. So he's got the life, bro.
I loved him as a player, loved him as a broadcaster, loved hearing him as a radio guest, whether it was Mike over the years or obviously Boomer and Gio, same thing. So pleasure to have Phil Simms on. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. Take a quick break. Come back with more of your calls on the other side. 888-808-1019, the number to call.
All right, Who's Hot in Football brought to you by Petro Home Services. Josh Allen is hot, throwing for 317, throwing 3 touchdowns, running 3 touchdowns, and a big win. Good game over Tampa over the weekend. You want to save on heating costs? Go with Petro. Switch now. Get $125 free heating oil with reliable delivery in any weather and live 24/7 service. Count on your local HVAC pros at Petro. Stay warm and save up this winter. Just go to petro.com now and save $125 free heating oil, or give them a buzz. 888-PETRO-02 today. Use propane. Ask about our special offers. Propane not available in all areas.
It may be the offseason for the Bombers and Amazons, but there's no offseason for Yankees and Mets talk. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays, from points and rebounds to threes and assists. FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Gio. That's G-I-O to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Gio. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of WFAN, 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
Can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
Boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 12/1/25.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too, for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with. Hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile. The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible board-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in the Bronx, made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. When at one hospital, Montefiore Einstein get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Right. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
They give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
the story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera, you lived it.
Everyone loves a comeback. Montefiore Einstein, national leader in transplant.
This winter, move and be moved in the Mazda CX-5, the smart choice for those who expect more. With standard I-Active all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 delivers confidence and control in every condition. Inside, you'll find a redefined high-quality interior designed for comfort and connection, because there's more to a Mazda. Celebrate the season during the More to Move You winter sales event. Lease the Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month and make every drive feel like a gift. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Football season is here, and just like winning teams, your engagement should be all about the best. So if you're ready to pop the big question this season, why not visit the experts at London Jewelers? With top-notch professionals and cutting-edge technology, London Jewelers can help you select or even design the absolute perfect ring. So whether you're starting over or starting new, let the professionals at London Jewelers be a part of your journey. Visit any one of their convenient 6 locations across New York and New Jersey. London Jewelers, serving you and your family since 1926.
A good question. 3 random questions.
Let's find out.
With Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata.
1, 2, 3.
On The Fan.
3 random questions sponsored by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured? Visit injurylawyer.com. Number 1 on the topic. I actually had this one written down for a while, but since we just had Phil on, we might as well get to it now. 1 game, Super Bowl. Who you going with? Phil Simms? Or Boomer Esiason?
Phil.
Wasn't much thought there.
I'm going to go with Phil.
Okay, you want to explain why?
Yeah, I'm also influenced, to be fair, by Phil having better teams and better coaching.
Okay, so as I'm saying, think it through. We can talk it through.
Admittedly, as I go through that, I just remember. Now, of course, I'm following with the Giants as a young kid, more than the Bengals. I know Boomer was terrific as an MVP. I think all things considered, even I will say that I think that Boomer was slightly more talented. I will say that.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Like, who do you think was a better quarterback?
I think Boomer had a little more talent, was a little bit better throwing the ball. But also, God, this is a tough one, man. I also think Boomer's a great leader, too. I do, and I'm not just saying that. I would still go with Phil by a tick. That's a very tough question.
I'm too young. I'd have to look up the stats here. I'm too young.
You want to pull a Boomer and I got Phil? You want to have a little dance here?
Yeah.
All right, I got Phil.
In my mind, just without knowing the numbers, okay, from my young memory, from all the info that I've absorbed over the years, I feel like Boomer was the better player, but Phil obviously was great in biggest of spots.
Fair assertion,
in the Super
fair
Bowl
assessment.
specifically.
Yes.
That would be my overall thing without knowing the numbers. Now, if Boomer won an MVP, Phil did not. Right?
I know. No, he did not.
Okay, but he was Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
So if that's why I think it makes it an interesting question. I still, as much as I love Phil, I would probably go Boomer just because I think that regardless of the stage, like I don't think Boomer lost the Super Bowl with the Bengals because he
was overwhelmed?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so at all.
It wasn't that he couldn't handle the big stage.
No.
I think it was just that his team got beat by the better quarterback, arguably the greatest of all time, especially back then.
Yeah.
And the better team, he did all he could do.
Maybe this is part of my calculus as I think about this deeper. Like the defenses that Phil and the teams that Phil faced. You're facing Ditka's Bears in the playoffs.
Nasty, yeah.
You're facing the Niners.
Who are you putting on? I'm pulling up Boomer? And you
I've got Phil up. You're getting Boomer. You're facing the then Redskins with Gibbs. You're facing the Eagles. Again, listen, Marino was out there in the AFC, and you obviously had some good teams. I feel like very, very confidently saying this, that the NFC was definitively better than the AFC. Now, Phil
how many Pro Bowls for
No, but Phil was. Look, Phil wasn't that kind of player. Maybe 2, 3, if I had to take a guess. 2-time Pro Bowl.
Okay.
No, the numbers.
No, I'm just curious.
It's going to be advantage Boomers. No
This is
doubt.
for my own. I'm trying to absorb it.
Phil had 2, and Boomer had how many? 3 or 4?
4 Pro Bowl.
Okay, so twice as many. Now, the other thing, if you want to look at like
Any
completion
All-Pro for
percentage,
Phil?
I don't believe so. The answer is no.
Boomer had 1 All-Pro.
Okay,
Obviously
so
the
1
MVP.
advantage. And by the way, these are things that we all surmise going into it. Like, you and I both think that Boomer was more talented. I also think that when Phil came up, what was Boomer's first year?
84.
All right, so that's not incredibly different.
He started 4 games in 84.
So he started really playing in 85 and 86 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Phil comes up in the late 70s. Now, was the NFL that different, 79 versus the mid-80s? Well, I mean, a little bit. You had the West Coast offense a little bit. But I think when you look at the completion percentage, which is really low you look at Phil's completion, it's like, oh, God, 55%. What was Boomer's? Probably 60. Not that much better.
Career.
Surprised.
57.
Okay.
Actually, he ended pretty well. Wow, he only played 7 games in with Cincinnati that last year, 97.
And Arizona, and then obviously Jets before that. I just think that, we're kind of going in circles. I think if I'm starting a team if I've got Parcells and I've got Lawrence Taylor's defense, I think Boomer does more or the absolute same than Phil did. Giants also won when Phil didn't start it, when Jeff did.
How many picks?
All right, picks here.
TDs to picks.
Okay, so Phil was about plus 40, 199 to 150 change.
247 to 184.
Yeah, that's similar. What was his touchdown percentage? Do you have that? We're getting a little geeky.
4.7.
4.3 for Phil, kind of close.
All right, so your final answer
is I think that Boomer was more talented, but I'm going to take Phil in a big spot.
Interesting. I'll go Boomer. You think it takes away from Phil at all that Hostetler did the same thing?
A little bit. I think it does.
Probably, right?
I think it could. I think that's fair.
All right.
It's a tough call.
Anyway, I had that one on the list for a while. Figured, why not today? Number 2, what's worse, sitting in gum at MSG like I did the other day, or a homeless person throwing water in your face?
Oh, dude, come on, man. Well, first of all, it's the homeless person because, God forbid, it could be something other than
but it's water.
You don't know, but you don't know when it's coming at you.
In this hypothetical, it's water.
I'm sure it's... Oh,
well, I told you this.
I know you told me the story about
one
of your friends.
Yeah, Danny Wexelman, who I work with at SNY, lives in the city, had some homeless person throw a cup of water in her face.
Oh, God. Yeah, and I'm guessing, sure, thank God it wasn't acid, but I'm sure it wasn't water from, Poland Springs bottle. If you're homeless, is the water clean?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But put yourself in this spot.
I'd rather give me the gum.
Sitting in gum, though?
Well, first of all, give me the gum, because if that happened, I'm probably going to jail, because I'm going to kill the guy.
Oh, my God.
You're going to just keep walking?
Come on.
You're not going to do anything about it?
Are you going to fight a homeless person? I wouldn't.
I don't know what I would do in that moment.
What if he's deranged or has like a knife or something?
That's probably a chance I'm willing to take.
I keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm probably willing to take that chance. I'm just being honest with you.
Now, Danny did say when it happened, she had other people supporting her.
Good.
People see that in the city and like, oh, my God, are you okay? And then whatever. But I think we're underestimating here the disaster sitting in gum. It's gross. I had to pick the gum off my rear end, with obviously over my pants, with my bare hands here.
Okay.
And plus, I'm out in public. I'm at MSG. You've never been to get recognized. Some of the cops say, "Son, you do a great job," and I'm picking gum off my butt.
It's better than picking a wedgie out of you behind.
Yeah.
All right. But I also think that you're underrating the potential. Like, once you get the gum off your jeans,
that's it.
There's no problems.
Yeah.
If and again, I'm not trying to make light of this. If a homeless person throws water in your face, they're probably capable of doing a lot more.
So then maybe be fearful of...
Yeah. I just feel like your situation, once the gum is off, the situation is over.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's suppressed once the water hits your face.
Well,
there could be more levels to it.
I asked her, I was like, well, are you scarred from this? She's like, well, yeah, I'm always now walking around more so with my head up.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Same with me. I'm now looking around with my head down. I want to make sure I'm not sitting on anything any issues. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful.
You told me that off the air about 2 weeks ago. That's scary. I mean, that's scary stuff.
And by the way, if I could sign for if that's the worst of it, having a homeless person throw water in my face, I'd sign for that because you never know what's going to happen out there these days.
Especially the next couple of years.
All right, last one here. Could you survive a prison sentence if you were allowed to have your phone with you at all times?
No, I'm not making it in prison.
Even with a phone?
Nah, I'm dead. There's no chance.
I think I might be able to do it now.
Hell out of here. You'd be dude, in one day. I want to keep it clean here, so I'm not.
I'm not
come
talking
on.
about
when you say survive in jail, my first thing is.
Well, I'm not talking about
surviving in jail.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying the
passing
jail.
the time and not being bored.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
the least of my worries.
Oh, that was the only thing I'd be worried about.
Whoa.
Sitting in that cell with my own mind. Come on, that's what I'm worried about.
I mean, listen, you could give me Sega from the old. You could give me magazines. You could give me a phone. That is very low on the list of being bored.
Commutes used to be awful. Family gatherings used to be awful. Now you just have your phone. You get the whole world at your disposal right there. You could search on TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is.
You might be on TikTok. You want to talk about glossing over something that you just glossed over? Did you ever want?
I'm assuming if I go to jail, it's not going to be in some kind of
maximum, security for
right.
You're not going for life. Well, I was going to say, Oz.
Yeah.
Did you watch that show?
A little bit of it. I couldn't really get into it.
Oh,
although funny,
great show, but terrifying.
Funny that we actually stumbled across this. Chuck Zito was at the Garden the other night for Raw, and he was obviously big in Oz.
Absolutely, great show, terrifying show.
Yeah.
The phone being next to me would not be something I would worry about at all.
I just feel like having the ability with the phone now, with the world, you could read books on there, you could watch TV and highlights. You're not really missing much.
And I got you. Maybe responding to a homeless person throwing water in my face is very different than me thinking I can survive one day in jail. I know I'm not.
And to title in, if a homeless person threw water in your face and you beat him up and are going to jail, in fact, then we can put this to the test. Hoff, you had something?
Yeah, I think my interpretation of jail has changed over the years. It's not as violent. It's much more like a community. It's better these days.
It's very uplifting.
Actually, the reason why I came up with this question is because Boomer and Gio were talking about exactly that. I'm pretty sure it was them that I heard it from them.
Yeah, someone's like on TikTok or something like that. You can
there
gain
are live streams. For people in prison go on their phones for like live streams and TikTok, then people send them money and things like that. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe prison's not that bad after all.
Yeah, you keep thinking that.
Not
buddy.
that I want to test it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a rule follower. You tell me the rules, I follow it. So you and I differ there sometimes.
No, I follow the rules now.
Well, okay, I'm just saying even throughout the course of our history, I think now the thought, because my biggest fear was always, oh my God, what would I do? Just sitting in that little jail cell and I mentally go nuts. Like that's what my biggest fear is, the mental aspect of it.
Yeah.
But if you have your phone,
I hear you. Again, I'm trying to keep it clean. Like being bored would be the least of my worries in jail.
Huff.
I'm just telling you right now, like, think about this. You don't have to deal with anybody else, really. You get conjugal visits.
Yay.
You don't have to. You get to be pen pal. I know
probably
people.
Get more action than I get now with the conversation.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
at least you have it scheduled.
Once a month. Come on in, honey.
People I know people that write the Son of Sam, and then they have like real conversations with them. Like, so, I'm just saying, like, you're going to be interacting more than you think. It's not going to be as boring as you think.
Sign me up.
BT and Sal on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call.
Almighty. What do I got? A little something here for you, Dove? Do I? I do? What do I have?
I don't know. Who has what, Dove? What's the
I
music?
do. That's right. That's my fault. Dove did tell me. And then, Phil to be in 35 minutes and having a blast with him and then getting into the jail stuff. I lost my track of my thought process. All right. Maybe you could bring a Hess truck to jail, Sal. The Hess truck's back, and it's better than ever, guys. Now, these are awesome, and they've been around forever. And it's that time of year again. Next week is Thanksgiving. Christmas right around the corner, so you got to let Santa know. The elf on the shelf is coming. The mensch on the bench. Everything is here, and the Hess toy truck is awesome. This year's edition features 2 racers and one amazing holiday gift. Bogus, come on in. You good. The 2025 stock car racers loaded with action-packed features, including 67 animated lights. Now, full disclosure, really from the time my son was born, it was always like, throwing a ball. And didn't really play with Legos or cars, but he did get the Hess truck a couple of years ago, and he loves it. realistic sounds, pullback motor, amazing at HessToyTruck.com. $49.99 free standard shipping and batteries included. These trucks will sell out every year. They do. Don't wait. They are sturdy. They are awesome. Visit HessToyTruck.com and get yours today. Let's get you to Odyssey Sports Minute, brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. Make the right choice. Don't drive impaired.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The big question around Ole Miss, if Lane Kiffin chooses to leave after the season, would the school still let him coach in the college football playoff? Kiffin denies reports of any ultimatum, says he's fully focused on winning, even as his family reportedly visited LSU in Florida. With the Rebels sporting a 10-1 record and with their best chance at a college football championship in forever, would they let Lane stay on the sideline for a playoff run? I'm Maggie Gray.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by the Home Depot. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
Calling all hoops fans, get off the bench and onto the court for another exciting basketball season with BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Tune into the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on The Fan. Presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T or cut them into snowflakes to celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics, Root Score, report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Life can change suddenly without any warning whatsoever. When you're sidelined due to a debilitating personal injury, it's crucial to have a trusted team on your side. The Rothenberg Law Firm has over 50 years of spectacular courtroom experience, ensuring that you're not facing those obstacles alone. Winning and collecting billions for our clients, we are committed to helping you recover whatever you deserve. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888.
Be lawyer for injured ones, injurylawyer.com.
Hey, it's Brian Balding here. Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. Makita tools at the Home Depot are built with precision. Without shortcuts, Makita delivers results that reward hard work. Year after year, designed for the toughest jobs, it's a choice for pros who invest in performance, not just tools. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them, and you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore,
I want success. Get it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larter, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman. New season, now streaming. Only on Paramount Plus.
Fun is in the driver's seat at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want with 0 down payment available, plus the credit help you need. Shop online at nielsendodge.com. Black Friday sales event.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 12:02. I'm Andrew Bogish. Your Sports Flash is brought to you by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. And by Approved Oil. Visit freezerate.com. Approved Oil has been the leading heating oil dealer in New York for over 90 years. With today's low rates, now's the time to lock in for this upcoming winter before the cold weather drives prices up. Lock in a low rate and enjoy a worry-free winter with Approved Oil. Visit freezerate.com. It's game 2 of 5 straight on the road for the Knicks tonight. A 9:30 tip in Dallas against the Mavs. And Cooper Flagg, the #1 pick from last summer. Jalen Brunson and his ankle questionable for this one. The Browns are starting Shedeur Sanders Sunday against the Raiders, and Falcons QB Michael Penix Jr. needs season-ending ACL surgery. And according to reports, no further discipline is coming for Stars winger Mikko Rantanen for his hit from behind that injured Islanders defenseman Alexander Romanov last night in Dallas. No update from the Isles yet on Romanov's status. Fan Weather is sponsored by Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. No one sells more Lexus vehicles in New Jersey than Ray Cattina Lexus. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Unwrap exceptional offers on all models, including the all-new GX and TX at Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. It's 43 degrees and cloudy in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports Flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Ray McKinney's Alicante back on the Fan on this Wednesday now afternoon. And we started the show talking about the New York Yankees and their offseason. And the first chip to fall here, Trent Grisham accepting the qualifying offer, which makes my partner upset.
It does. It does, because I think that this is the potential, that's the operative word, but the potential domino that leads to a really bad Yankee offseason. And I'll tell you why. I do not think that they make the ultimate play for Tucker. Put him aside. They're not bringing Bregman in. Put him aside. I think the Yankees right now are basically banking on rolling this back with pretty much everything they had last year, hoping that Bellinger is still back. And I think he will be. But you've got to add to it, as you said before, not just lose something and then, and then just kind of like add to something that you lost. You've got to add to what you already have to actually win a World Series. So I fear that the Yankees are looking at the return of Garrett Cole as enough of a push forward to be a World Series champion. I don't see that. I don't feel that right now. I like their team. I think they'll be a playoff team. I think they'll be good, but there's just too many deficiencies. And now you're paying Grisham $22 million versus $5 million? Let me ask you something. If he's hitting 190 like he usually does, are the Yankees going to sit him making $22 million? My answer is no.
I would think that they would. They have to.
But they haven't done that enough in the past with the guys like the Hickses and the DJs. So I'm just concerned. Number one, I think they severely misread this. Everybody but them, like everybody was saying, he's not going to sign that. So they basically threw this out there, rolled the dice, and got burned because they were worried about some stupid compensatory pick. I don't care about picks.
But most people do think that. I was talking to that industry source. Remember I was talking yesterday? I just wanted to
Same guy?
Yeah.
Same person, I mean?
Same person,
Same
yeah.
person.
It is a guy, yeah. And it's not Andy Martino. I mean, some people online are just so
Is that what they always say every time you say, I spoke to somebody, it's Andy? Because you work with them?
By the way, if you actually listened to the clip yesterday that when we were talking about this, I was talking about an industry source and what he was saying that he believes that's going to happen with Alonso.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it any softer on the clip that they posted. And I did that purposely because people they just lack comprehension. They hear what they want to hear. They don't listen to the whole segment. They take things for what they want. And still, some people had an issue with that. I was not reporting anything. I said, quote, it isn't gospel. I'm just talking to somebody in the industry. He's like, oh, Sal's making it up. Okay, you morons.
And by the way, you think I had an easy day with the Cam Scadaboo stuff? Whose side do you think everybody took yesterday? I mean, even
I didn't see that. I thought people were...
No, of course they're going to go with their boy Cam, which of course I get. And I didn't say anything that was, below board. I just don't think he should have done it. But of course, I'm saying all the Cam defenders, you don't think my thing was blowing up yesterday?
Even that was said in a soft manner.
Of course it was.
In comparison to some of the other things we said. Anyway,
by the way, what industry is he in? You didn't say. You said he's from the industry.
He's in the financial sector.
Come on, in the
He's
industry.
in the porn industry.
I go, what do you think of Grisham accepting? He said, dumb of him. Career year, then free agency again during a CBA negotiation, which is what we were talking about. He said not going to go well for him.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, I bet Yanks were surprised too. Might try to trade him, but more likely stuck. Just to give you some perspective, I do think widely most people assumed, there's no way he's going to take 1 year. He'll never be in a better spot to cash in than he is right now. Why would he take 1 year, $22 million?
I don't get it. It's a real miscalculation, in my opinion. On the market and what is around the corner for baseball in terms of finances for 2027 and beyond. And just looking at his deficiencies, and I don't think he'll ever button those up. He's never going to hit lefties. He's never going to be anything on the bases. He's never going to be a high-contact player. Yeah, I mean, he ran into 34 balls, and he's got pop. When you give him something to handle, he's going to crush it, but that's pretty much all he does.
Point is, there's no way the New York Yankees would let $22 million get in the way of what should be a big offseason. Now, if you want to tell me that your feeling was, you weren't sure they were going to go all in this offseason anyway, understood. We could disagree on that, where I look at this team and say they have to get better. Can't just be relying on Cole to come back, relying on the younger guys to be a little bit better, bringing back the same group, rolling the dice, and, hey, we got unlucky against the Blue Jays because we lost the division on a tiebreaker. Had we had those games at home, maybe it would have been a different story. That would be the wrong thought process. I have to believe that the Yankees, DON, Department of Nerds, and everybody else over there is much smarter than that to rely on what they had last year. And I can't imagine that Trent Grisham's $22 million. Okay, it's a lot for him, but I can't imagine that's going to hold up their entire offseason.
Just before we move forward, define all in, because I never thought the Yankees would go all in this year. I thought they'd be aggressive, and I still do. But what is for this offseason? What's your definition of all in for the Yankees?
Improving the ball club. And I'm not even talking about spending a lot of money. It doesn't just mean we'll go get this guy and we'll go get that guy. Looking at the structure of the ball club and making it better, meaning risking trading some of the young guys away. You have to do that. Go get, for me, it will be Kwan, and now you have a leadoff hitter, which is something the Yankees have not had. The DON doesn't believe in leadoff hitters. They just believe in the analytics, and you can plug anybody in there in front of Judgy. So I want to see a different lineup with the Yankees, a different structure, pieces that fit better, whether it's moving on from Stanton, whether it's cleaning up the gluttony of DHs, whether
a lot of lefties,
moving on from Jazz, exactly, or McMahon. I'm not just saying, well, go play checkbook baseball.
Go get Tucker, go buy this guy. Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I understand what you're saying. So now, with that being, I just want to define those parameters. Okay, now let's just go around and give me a quick yes or no.
Yeah.
You think Ben Rice is playing first base opening day?
Man, that's a great question. Probably.
Okay, so do I. You think Jazz is playing second base opening day?
Probably.
So do I. You think Caballero's playing shortstop opening day as Volpe heals?
Probably.
So do I. You think McMahon's a starting third baseman opening day?
That one I'm not so sure on.
Okay.
I mean,
I do. I definitely do, but...
Dude. Okay, but then if that's the case... Then where are they changing? Because they're not.
But this is my fear. Now, let me finish. Do you think Wells is the opening day catcher?
Probably.
Okay. Do you think Grisham's the starting center fielder? Well, the answer is absolutely yes. What do you mean?
Well,
what do you think?
I think Bellinger's coming back.
Okay. Well,
so if I believe Bellinger's coming back, and
you're going to sit him on the bench, Grisham? He's going to play center field.
And then what? Bellinger's playing left?
Probably.
And then
it's the same team. That's what I'm saying.
There's no way.
Dude, listen, over the years that it's been a couple now that you and I have been together, I have always been a little more overly optimistic on what I thought the Yankees would do. And while I liked Plan B at the beginning, I liked it in real time. Ultimately came a little short, but I did think the Yankees addressed weaknesses, defense, base running, and maybe with a little more luck in Garrett Cole, maybe they would have gotten to the World Series. We'll never know. But this offseason, based on the first domino that fell yesterday, my confidence is rocked here. That was the wrong thing.
Yeah, when you lay it out like that with all those different players. But even if Grisham weren't here, so that would be my counter as to why I don't think the Grisham thing is such a big deal. Even if Grisham weren't here, you could still go around all those questions you just asked me, and they still would probably be the same answer.
No, because then maybe if you take the 22 off the board, now maybe there is a discussion. You know what? We're bringing Belly, and we're going for Tucker. We're bringing Belly, and we're signing Bregman. I think the $22 million will dissuade them from doing that.
But you can now have, put it this way, you can now have Bellinger play a little outfield when needed, also be your primary first baseman. Not a bad option when you bring him back.
Yeah, I like that option.
And still get Tucker or Quan.
I don't see Tucker here under any circumstance.
but then it's got to be Quan. And now if you do, that changes everything because now you could have Quan in left, Bellinger in the outfield as needed, your primary first baseman as well.
I'm listening.
Grisham in center.
I can handle that with that scenario.
Exactly. You're less reliant. So this scenario still works with Bellinger back, which bare minimum they have to do that, and either Quan, who I would prefer, or Tucker. That still makes them better.
Okay, I'm going to grant you that. My fear is that with the move yesterday, they now have to be perfect the rest of the offseason, and I'm not so sure that they will be.
BT and Sal on the Fan, our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Mike is calling from Manalapan. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Sal and Brandon? How's everything, buddy?
Yeah, not bad.
What's going on, man? We're good. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you something. I think Cashman got caught with his pants down here for a lousy draft pick. I mean, what are we doing here for a draft? Prospects are suspects here. I would trade these prospects. We've sat with Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Now you sign Grisham. In a hypothetical, you go out and you re-sign Bellinger. He's been hyping Spencer Jones and Dominguez for the last 3 years. What does that tell the rest of MLB? Oh, you have no faith in them. We're going to give you nothing. Because the problem with Cashman is he holds on to these rookie prospects like they're freaking Bitcoin. And you know what they wind up being? The dot-com stocks from the 1990s, man.
I remember those.
This is the problem with this clown, okay? This is what keeps going on and on and on. Can we just once forget about Spencer Jones, dude? Because he's 25 years old already. You know, he's like one of these guys that's in a gap year in college and he's still there and he's never going to the pros, period. Because if he was this good, he would have been up already. Dominguez, we've already gotten a taste of Dominguez already. I saw a great taste 3 years ago before he got hurt. So can we give this guy half the opportunity that we've given Volpe for the last 2.5 years? And I don't want to hear that Volpe is hurt. Forget about being hurt. What did he do the 2 years prior? He did nothing. Nothing. You know what, Sal? You had a great point, and I've been talking about this with a bunch of my buddies. Maybe the right thing to do is maybe move Volpe over to second base because Chisholm will tell you how great he is, but he reminds me of the guy from Willie Mays Hayes. He may run like Hayes, but he hits like I mean, come on here. What are we doing?
Call,
we are
Mike.
the freaking Yankees. We are the freaking Yankees. Are we all in? Let's go get Skeens. Package all these guys. Lombard, LeGrand, Rodriguez, Spencer Jones, Cunningham. Package them all. I'll drive them to Newark myself. I mean, enough already.
I don't
We're the
think
freaking Yankees, man. Act like it.
There you go, Mike.
Period. End of story. I'm tired of it. Thanks, fellas.
We could tell. Thank you, Mike, for the call.
Mike. Money.
We appreciate the passion. I think a lot of what Mike was saying there is true, too. We talk about building the ball club and whatever they would do, but the Yankees were heavily reliant on the young players. We talked about that going into the season last year. Too reliant on the young players. And almost all of them underperformed the lofty expectations. You can't do that again and expect a different result.
I got to swerve for a second here.
Yeah.
So he mentioned penny stocks, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll never forget this, dude. I am living in Vegas, and it's my second radio job, and I guess I'm still doing updates, like hosting on the weekend, whatever, just working my way up. I'm in my 20s. And I had bought a few penny stocks like a sucker. And keep in mind, my sister's a financial analyst.
I don't know what they are, penny stocks. So he
It
said
was
the
a
.com
like
stuff. Okay.
.90, whatever. It was, I don't know if it was a scam. I don't want to speak out of turn,
Right,
but nothing happened, right? Long story short, I've got this little teeny portfolio at this point, and I think I bought $100 of penny stocks. And I'm checking every day because my buddy's like, oh, it's going to hit, it's going to hit, it's going to hit. I'm checking every day like feverishly. And in between updates, I'm in this little studio in Vegas, and it spits back to me, not my fault, the decimal was in the wrong place. It was a digital mistake. Error. It says now I made $10 million.
$10 million?
$10 million. I called my sister up. I go, I hit it. Whatever the hell I'm yelling. She goes, you are out of your mind. She goes, you're an idiot. She said, let me just confirm. I'll call you right back. It's a financial analyst. Calls me back in a minute. She goes, no, it was something. I think I remember the KKRS. What was the symbol? Whatever it was. I made no money. But I thought I was a millionaire 10 times over.
That's the problem.
Dude, living in Vegas. I was in my 20s. I'm like, I'm never leaving, kid.
Thinking that you had it, and then to find out.
In 30 seconds, I spent it all in my mind.
That's a life changer right there. Anyway, back to the Yankees young guys. I don't think that they could rely on that again, whether it's Wells, Rice, Dominguez, Volpe, Spencer Jones. It hasn't worked. The Yankees, twofold. A, haven't built a good enough ball club. The pieces just don't fit. B, haven't drafted and developed the way that you need to have success, to have those players complement the higher priced players. It just has not worked. I'm sorry, BT. Their counter is going to be, we won 94 games. But we all know the reality.
Not my counter anymore. I
well,
stopped saying that. Many of us did. We're tired of it. That's it. You know, I think common sense has to prevail here. Like, if they really believed in Spencer Jones, you think they're signing Grisham? I mean, if they really, truly, truly believed in Jason Dominguez, would they not allow him to hit righty last year? So these are the signs that you have to acknowledge. Now, I mean, the reality on Spencer Jones is, dude, he's 25 years old. He played at Vanderbilt. You get out of college now. I know, most of you know this, but you can't get drafted until after your junior year, unlike college basketball. Got to play 3 years in college baseball. So by the time he was in the Yankees system, he was already 21-ish, and a couple of years. He's 25. So is he really, truly an uber prospect, or is he just now I don't think that he is.
If I had to pick one, now I haven't seen Spencer Jones. I know obviously about his history in the minor leagues, but if I had to pick one to bet on, I would still bet on Dominguez. But,
so would I.
But maybe other teams would too, and say that I'd rather take the chance on Dominguez. You know, if you're the Guardians, give me Dominguez, I'll give you Quan or something.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go the other way because I like Dominguez more than you, but I thought you were going to say Jones because there's more allure in the unknown versus maybe what you already have seen.
Maybe, but I just would take everything into account where a year ago the guy was considered a bust, not to mention his age. I can't trust that. Dominguez still has a skill set that can be worked with.
Still 20-something bases last year, Dominguez.
My issue with Dominguez is that the Yankees screwed him up. You should have kept him in the minors to let him, get this, develop. That's what you're supposed to do. Develop in the minors. And then when they perform down there consistently, catch the ball, hit the ball from both sides of the plate, then you call him up and bring him to the minors. So it would just be a different thought process. They're trying to make players, it's not just him, other players as well, learn at the big league level. How's it worked for Volpe? I mean, it hasn't.
He's gone backwards.
You're right, but you could say, well, and they have said this, well, at least he's a Gold Glove defender. Well, you know what? Give me the other shortstops that can hit 20 home runs or steal 20 bases.
I hear you.
And I look at it and say, yeah, but he was supposed to be a better player, and you could have developed him better had you had him really, learn in the minor leagues before you called him up to the big leagues and gave him the job.
You know what, Sal? And I have said this a few times. I think in the case of Anthony, I just think he was overdrafted. I think that if he's a 6th-round pick or a 9th-round pick or a 4th-round pick, and maybe even if he's not from Jersey, maybe it's a different evaluation because he has done some good things. Now, this is the time where it's either, you got to move on after this year or you commit a little bit more to Anthony Volpe. But, Volpe, to me, is different than Rice. Like, to me, Ben Rice has already distinguished himself as a plus hitter that I think is going to be around for a long time. Whether or not he can handle first base, I think he can eventually become average. We'll see. He can hit the hell. I love the way he hits. So I'm high on Rice. I'm higher on Dominguez than you. I don't know anything about Jones except what I've been told, that they are very worried about his strikeout rate. And so there's a lot of things that we're trying to interpret here, but and that's the problem. Like, we should have more answers on the young players. If we're still saying, well, maybe, or could he, or he might, doesn't that kind of tell you what the player is already? You know what I mean? Like, it kind of answers the question to an extent.
BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll hear from Aaron Glenn coming up at 12:30. I think he's going to address the media for the first time since the reports leaked about Tyrod Taylor being the starter. Can't wait to see what AG has to say. 'Tis the season for cozy nights and big games. Celebrate with Surfside. Made with real vodka, only 100 calories, 0 bubbles for smooth sipping. It was love at first sip for me with Surfside, and that's the truth. I'm not a big drinker, but I love Surfside. It's all I have. You can drink them all day long. They go down so easily. And remember, it's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Who will stay? Who will go? Big questions loom for the Yankees and Mets this offseason. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Quality is very important here at the North Pole. You see, I checked my list once, twice. All done.
Well, Santa, quality's important to us at Nissan, too. We actually test every model thousands of times. There's the frame twist test, shaker test, corrosion test, drive load test, tug-of-war test, towing test, off-roading test, practical strength test, splash test, corrugated road test, chassis dynamics test, water intrusion test, extreme heat test, extreme cold test, rough road test, jump test, curb impact test, and physical parts tests.
Save on J.D. Power's #1 mainstream brand in new vehicle quality at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Rogue Platinum, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per 1,000 financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 12/1/25.
Good Morning Football Overtime. It's all about the NFL because it's made by the NFL every weekday. The show dives into the top headlines, bringing you in-depth analysis, engaging discussions, and exclusive access to the players and coaches from the field to the front office. Plus, they sit down with some of the biggest names in entertainment and tackle the latest trends in pop culture in and around the world of football. So catch Jamie Erdahl, Manti Te'o, and Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football Overtime. Weekdays at 12 p.m. on My 9.
I'm Colonel Callahan of the New Jersey State Police. If you're caught driving impaired, you'll face hefty fines, a suspended license, and maybe even jail time. Worse yet, you might cause a crash that could devastate someone's life. Be responsible. Don't drive impaired. We are all counting on you.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. Let's listen to Aaron Glenn address the media since the first time the reports are out that he's changing the quarterbacks.
All right, good afternoon. Injuries. We have 4 guys of note. 2 guys that will not be practicing today, but I'm sure they'll be just fine as the week starts to progress. And that'll be Harrison and Will. Again, I look forward to seeing those guys come out tomorrow and working on Friday also. 2 other guys that'll be practicing. Lino, he'll be back. His window is open. So look forward to that. and the next person is AZ. AZ will be coming off his concussion protocol, so he should be cleared after the day's practice, which would be good to get him back out there. When it comes to this game, looking at Baltimore, they're an organization that a number of people look at and try to emulate because of the way they operate. When it comes to their players, I mean, obviously on offense, Lamar and Derek are two guys you got to get ready to watch out for, which open up a lot of opportunities for Zay in the passing game. When it comes to their defense, everything revolves around Cal and Roquan. Two really good players. But really, man, everything that we talk about, everything that we need to do needs to be focused on how we operate, how we improve. I'm not going to sit here and talk about how we got to clean things up because everybody has to do that. But it's more about the improvement part for us in all three phases that we have to do a good job of. And that's why we're coming to practice today. So the guys are upbeat. They look forward to go out there and practice. And we look forward to getting ready to compete against the Rays and go try to win us a game.
Great talk about the quarterback.
Why are you laughing?
It's been reported that you're seeing new quarterbacks. Are you willing to share that with us?
Yeah. I said that on Monday. Talked to both of those guys. Talked to the team on Monday. So Tyrod will be our starter.
Why did you decide to make that move?
Because I wanted to.
What was the thinking in past weeks? For strategic reasons, you waited until close to game time to decide which one. Why this week did you decide to go earlier in the week?
But I told you guys before that the players already knew. I just didn't tell you guys that. So there's nothing strategic about that. The guys already knew.
A few weeks ago, you said when you were considering it before the Cincinnati game, speak to people who've done it before, stuff like that. Did that happen this time, or this is purely your decision?
It was purely my decision, but I always have people that I talk to and just see how they handle situations. And it's not even about the quarterback, to be honest with you. It's just, just a part of what I do, during the week with some guys, coaches that I trust that's been successful in this league. And some of those guys have been through the process of changing quarterbacks. Some of the guys have been through the process of being 2-8, the situation that we're in and how they handle that, and just a number of things. But it was purely my decision. I felt like it was the time to do it. Again, had good conversation with both of those guys. And listen, these situations are not always easy, but as a head coach, you have to do what's best for the team. And I feel like it was best for the team.
Hey, Jerry, what was the conversation with Justin like? First of all, was it private, or was it two games together?
It was private. Yeah, it was private.
What was what was his reaction?
That's something that I'm going to keep between us, and I think that's the best way to do it. But he understood my decision. Obviously, he's not happy with the decision, in which no one, and I don't expect him to be. But he understands. And again, I have to make a decision as a head coach to try to do what's best for this team, and I felt like it was the best decision.
Does he have a future with this team, you think?
That's a ways down the road, man. We're trying to get ready to win the game.
Good answer.
Off-season and right all the way through training camp, you spoke glowingly and very confidently of Justin's ability to become a high-level starter.
Yeah.
What didn't happen?
There's a number of things. I mean, obviously, offensively, you want your passing game to be better. And listen, and that's not totally on him. There's a number of things that go into that. That's myself. That's the routes that's ran. That's drop balls. That's including him. And at this point, I just feel like, man, we have to do something to get this team going offensively in the passing game, and I just felt like it was time to make that decision.
Justin,
and listen, I do still feel strongly about Justin. That has not changed, but I do feel at this point that we have to make a change.
You said it's not solely on Justin.
Yep.
What else do you have to do that can help Tyrod, get this offense going?
Yeah, we all got to be, in sync together as far as doing that. So I'll talk to everybody that's involved. I'll talk to the whole offense. I'll talk to Tanner. I looked at myself and what I can do to help those guys. So it has to be a collective effort in making sure that we do what's right by Tyrod, also to help him be able to succeed in the situation.
Is that Tyrod's job this week moving forward? Is this Tyrod's job from now moving?
We're playing the Ravens this week, so Tyrod's starting quarterback.
Good answer.
What's Justin's role this week? Is he your number 2?
He's number 2. Yeah, he'll be number 2.
Where is we haven't asked you about him in so long, but where is Brady Cook in his development?
Still developing. He's still developing. And listen, there's been a plan for him from the very beginning, and I wanted to make sure we do what's right for him. And who knows? We'll see what happens as the season progresses. I'm not promising anything, but he knows exactly what his role is when it comes to this team. But I would say right now, Tyrod is our starter.
Non-quarterback question for you.
Shop Granger. Talk.
Okay. Well, there we have it. Aaron Glenn. I loved what I heard right there from Aaron Glenn.
Very much in charge right there.
Yeah.
I thought, less contentious. Do we have more you want to keep going here, or are we good? No, pretty good. I think we heard what we need to hear, right? I think for the most part we got it. He touched on Taylor, touched on Field, touched on Cook. It's interesting, and this is a job that you have to learn as you go on, especially in New York City. And it seems like Aaron, without sacrificing his presence and his leadership, like his as the guy now in charge of the Jets, he seems to be a little more congenial, a little more friendly.
That was not combative.
That's what I like. It was good.
But he could also be frustrated with the leak. If there wasn't a leak, and clearly one of the two quarterbacks or their agents said something.
Yes.
Because I doubt that it came from Glenn, and Now, I don't know this, but based on the way the Jets have operated so far with Muji and Glenn, there hasn't been the leak. So I would assume that one of the two quarterbacks who he told, or maybe Justin Fields not happy, his agent wasn't happy, or Tyrod Taylor is happy. And that's just me guessing. Either way, if that report wasn't out there, do you think Glenn would have named the starting quarterback at this point?
Oh, boy.
Probably not, right?
If he was consistent with, probably not.
Okay,
is probably my answer. I can see him maybe not doing it again.
But the fact that it gets out there leaves him no choice but to address it, so he addresses it head on.
Yeah, but hold on. It got out there with Garrett Wilson, and he still pushed back on Samini's report. So Rossini's Samini was the 3 to 4 week injury update on Garrett.
He didn't push back on the report. He was annoyed at Samini for reporting it. Or at least that was my interpretation. I don't think he ever refuted what was reported.
Didn't confirm it, though.
He was just annoyed that had gotten out and that Samini had it. Mm-hmm. Now, you're right. So he could have handled this in that manner. He didn't. And the one thing that I loved about it, no matter what, is that he is being truthful, open, and honest to himself and what he wants to say to the media. When you do that, nobody can get you. They could ask him questions any which way they want. He's answering it honestly. He's not back on his heels playing defense. He's playing offense. Here's what's up. Here's who's starting. Why'd you make that decision? Because I want to. Next question. And then they could ask it however which way they want. What about Brady Cook? We got a plan for him. Yeah. There's a plan for him. You may see him, you may not. We'll see how it goes. What about the future? Hey, man, we're trying to win a ball game this week. Worry about the future. Those are all honest, open things. He's not thinking too much. He's just being himself. I love that about Aaron Glenn.
The thermostat's been set in the room. Like, there's no walking in saying, is it going to be 72? Is it going to be 66? Like,
it's turned up in there.
Yeah, it is. You get a little hot, you get a little lit. But I think today was a little stabilized. Like, it wasn't as contentious. I thought he had a great balance of being in control. I think he's done a good job of that. Throughout, even during the contentious moments, because he's trying to change the way his team is perceived. He's trying to certainly change the DNA. And really, when he speaks to them, and I've said this when it first started, when he speaks to them and he goes after Rich or he's getting a little combative, I don't think that he dislikes Rich. I think what he's doing is he is providing like a template for his guys to now say, oh, all right, this is how the new Jets are going to kind of be run here. So let me kind of, in accord with what my coach is doing, let me make sure I don't have loose lips with the media, whatever it might be. One thing that you have to factor in, and this is not about the press conference, but this is just about the quarterback situation next year. Now, we talked with some of the prospects with Phil Simms. You guys missed it. Free Odyssey app. Mendoza, Dante Moore, Simpson, Bama. Those names came up. So if you guys want to check it out, go for it. Next year, the Jets are a $35 million cap hit for Rodgers in 2026, pardon me. And there's a $22 million dead cap charge if they release Justin Fields. So Muji and Glenn, really Muji, and this may have been one of his biggest mistakes so far because the Jets stink. They decided to take the money that they owed Rodgers and split it up over 2 years rather than take that one big hit this year. Mm-hmm. Now, if he knew they were going to be 2 and whatever, he probably would have done that. $35 million cap hit for Rodgers next year and 22 more if you cut Fields in
He's
dead
probably going to
money.
he'll be here as the backup next year.
Yeah, no, I know. I understand
I think
that. Is
you
that
could
a
do
good
worse.
thing? Well, here's the thing. I don't know. Now, I respect Justin. I think he's a good team guy. I don't really want Justin Fields showing my first or second or third or fourth overall pick how to read a defense, how to throw the football.
But they might
rather have Tyrod Taylor.
But maybe they don't take a quarterback. I mean, look, they also could cut him, take the cap hit. It's not like they're going to try to – they're not going to be a playoff team next year regardless, which is why I think it's a 2-year plan that they knew the risk and said, okay, well, the reward could be if Justin Fields is good, we have him start year 2 and groom the next guy. Or worst case, we have to cut him and we're not going to be winning really next year anyway.
Yeah.
And maybe there's value there in having him as a backup. So you could do worse than – look, right now, Justin Fields' value has never been lower. I think it's somewhere in between what we saw in Pittsburgh and what we've seen the last couple of games. He can be better than this. Right now, he's not. You can't play him.
Yeah, I agree. Tyrod's got to play. I'm just pointing out that they've got $57 allocated to quarterbacks, one who definitely is gone and one who might or should be gone.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Mike Kafka said that Jackson Dart has been upgraded to a non-contact practice for the Giants today.
Okay.
That's his next step in the concussion protocol.
He should be playing this weekend.
I mean, it's Wednesday. You would let's hope that that's the case.
He was dancing around the practice field last week. He's going to play.
I thought I read something yesterday. I forget where I read it, but it seemed like he was trending in the right direction.
He'll be fine.
BT and Sal on the fan. We'll get back to your calls on the other side. 888-808-1019.
All right, FanDuel's the number one sports book for same-game parlays, points and rebounds, threes and assists, whatever it is. FanDuel's a great spot to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now, it's a great time to jump in and join. New customers get $150 back in bonus bets as incentive if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. And there's a million different ways to bet, as we all know. That is FanDuel.com/BT. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, and, of course, the official sports book of us here at the Fan, WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, give a buzz at 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It's Boomer and Gio, mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
I thought the Jameis experience was the Jameis experience. You know, balls flying all over the place, hitting guys in the chest, in the face, balls on the ground, great throws. You know, the unfortunate interception at the end there with Jalen Hyatt stopping. You don't see, this is what happens. Everybody immediately wants to blame Jalen Hyatt, and that's fine. Blame him. I don't care.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Has Deion Sanders already peaked at Colorado? The Buffs are 3-7 and headed for another losing season, but Sanders insists he's still the right man for the job and just needs more time. But with health challenges, a shifting roster, and the AD who hired him stepping down, questions about his future are growing. Colorado says his seat isn't hot, but fans are wondering whether the best of the Deion era is already behind them. I'm Maggie Gray.
Not available in all states. Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary. Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program may only have to pay back a mere fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it could end your debt nightmare and save you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. For free information and to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, simply go online and visit DRA.com or call 800-474-1811. 800-474-1811. That's 800-474-1811.
Clearing skies with a high around 47.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T or cut them into snowflakes to celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill bill to your local Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics, Root Score, report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Boomer here. Keeping your gut healthy is the key to feeling good every single day. I've been using Terra Origin's Healthy Gut Powder now, and it really does make a difference.
I gave it a try too, Boomer. Now it's nice and quiet in there.
That's because it's packed with the probiotics and nutrients that help keep everything running smooth, more energy, better focus, the whole deal.
Terra Origin also makes on-the-go stick packets, which are super convenient.
So head over to TerraOrigin.com to find the formula that works best for you.
Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. One legendary name, two exceptional destinations.
Hey, Rutgers Nation, the final home football game is just around the corner. Don't miss a moment. It's our last home game of the season at SHI Stadium on Saturday, November 29th, as your Scarlet Knights take on the Penn State Nittany Lions.
This is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping.
Join the fun. The Rutgers Boardwalk turns into a winter wonderland with Santa and all of your favorite holiday characters 4 hours before kick. Rutgers versus Penn State, Saturday, November 29th, SHI Stadium.
Boomer here. If you love cooking as much as I do, you got to listen up. The Chef IQ Mini Oven is your all-in-one kitchen hero. It bakes, broils, air fries, dehydrates, slow cooks, toasts, and more. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, a color touchscreen, a soft closed door. It even syncs with the Chef IQ app and pair it with the IQ Sense thermometer for perfect USDA-safe temps every single time you cook. So why not grab yours right now at chefiq.com. Use my name, code word Boomer, to save 30% at checkout.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
This winter is shaping up to be a harsh, snowy season. So take control of the roads with a new set of Bridgestone Blizzak tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services with your purchase of Bridgestone Blizzak tires. For the guaranteed best deal on Bridgestone Blizzak tires with the most free services for life, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This winter, celebrate the joy of the season in a new all-electric SUV from Cadillac. Make every drive exciting with the innovative technology and optic. Arrive confidently with the sophisticated styling of Lyric. And discover the comfort of this spacious three-row Bistic. Experience EV luxury like never before at the season's best sales event. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Oh, this is music right here. Oh, yeah. You know I love this. Yeah. Little crew. Little Motley Crew. And we want to send you crew. They're going to be doing a little tour coming up this summer. And you could be there. Caller number 10, Motley Crew. One of my favorites, you could tell. 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. And we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to see the crew at PNC Park Arts Center July 31st. So, training camp underway. Jets and the Giants, a little Motley Crew, a couple of cold ones in the parking lot. Let's go. Courtesy of Live Nation. Tickets going on sale this Friday at 9 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Now, make sure you guys listen tomorrow and Friday as well during the 12 o'clock hour. We'll give you another shot to win. I mean, I am in heaven between Motley Crue coming back and AC/DC hitting MetLife in September. I'm good to go. By the way, it is also time for the Johnny's Report, brought to you by Sullivan Papain, New York Strong, from the court to the community. Remember the name Sullivan Papain. So St. John's is 2-1, currently 14th in the country here. That Alabama game got away from them a little bit. They are back tomorrow, Bucknell and Queens, and then it's off to Vegas, and the comp is going to stiffen up a little bit. You've got Iowa State. You've got a pretty good Baylor team. I know the Cyclones are ranked. December 20th, you've got Kentucky coming up. They're inside the top 20. That's down in Atlanta. Zuby Ejiofor obviously doing his thing, 18.7 rebounds a game, and keep an eye on this moving forward. One of the things the team lacks, Sal, I know he's got a lot of great players, is a pure point guard. The kid Ian Jackson that they got from Carolina is a stud, and he hasn't gotten going yet. He will. But Dylan Darling's a player who is going to get more and more minutes, and rightfully so, Rick seems to trust him at the point. Played 35 the other night. So as the point guard position gets stabilized, I think you'll see St. John's look better and better. That is the St. John's Report, brought to you by Sullivan Papain.
BT and Sal on the fan. Let's get back to the calls here. 888-808-1019, the number to call. Renato calling from Utica. What's up, Renato?
Hey, BT and Sal, love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
You as well.
In relation to Joe Shane, a couple of things. My dad always used to tell me what should be done eventually should be done immediately. He needs to go. When you sunk so low that they're clowning you on the Daily Show and the Jon Stewart segment about what losers you are, his whole staff needs to go. They got rid of Dayball. That was step one. I don't know what it is about New York teams that they like to hold on forever to their managers and coaches like they're the gospel. When you've turned into a laughingstock where it's no longer your perception, it's your reality, you're literally on Comedy Central, it's time to go.
Right. But
go ahead.
You finish up, and then I'll make my point.
I would have fired him and Dable with the Martindale situation. When you're proving you can't manage your staff, and then you let Wink go, and then you limit who you can hire from a perspective of anyone with experience who's worth a salt for a D coordinator, and that's how you end up with Shane Bowen. You turn the franchise into a joke, and Mr. Mara just needs to let this go, because any other employee that has failed 3 out of 4 years would have gotten the boot a long time ago.
Right. Here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with that, Renato, and thank you for the call. What I would say is I think right now there are bigger issues that the New York Giants football organization is dealing with than worrying about Joe Shane and the defensive coordinator. Unfortunately, we're in a spot where you just got to let the season play out. They fired Brian Dable. That was the decision that was made, and I think the right decision. They're going through things, not to keep getting into the health of Mr. Mara, but we know that that's the case, obviously, that it's been reported. That's the priority right now, as it should be. Mm-hmm. I mean, the season is over. Yep. Let them see what happens these final 7 games. I don't think, at least from my perspective, I don't think this, and I understand why fans want to do it. I don't think this is the time to pile on the Joe Shane.
It's got to go.
Shane, but yeah, let's let the season play out. We know where the Giants are at. We know where they've been. I think that there are bigger issues at hand right now than worrying about whether or not Joe Shane should be fired now versus what could happen potentially in the next few months.
Yeah, it's starting to feel a little insensitive. I'm with you. You and I have talked about this. I think that it will be handled at the end of the year, which is all that matters, and I think they'll move on from Joe. Now, if they don't, then it's time for maybe a more raw discussion. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it is what it is with the health situation, with the situation. He's not going to be back next year. I don't think. I don't
know that. I have
don't
no
think
idea.
He will be.
I know you've been saying that for a while, and I can't determine what they're going to do. I have no idea if they even know what they're going to do. All I'm saying is I don't think that the priority right now is worrying about a 2-9 football team. Whether or not the last thing that anybody in that organization needs right now is to fire the general manager and just have another, you know what I'm saying, somebody take over in the final few weeks of the season, or the final couple of months of the season here. There are bigger issues going on with the New York Giants.
Yeah, and listen, this is the biggest one at this point. When you look at the head coach versus the GM, all right? So there's still a lot of football to go. As depressing as that actually sounds, there's still football to be played, guys. So when you have a coach, and now things have come out, whether it's Dable undressing Kafka, whether it's Dable not checking Carter, like he had to go. Like that's fair, and I'm not trying to pile on, but he had to go, and the Giants did the right thing, and he had to go because there's still young players who are very much trying to be influenced and coerced into being pros. And, some of them will actually pan out. We don't know who yet, but they will be part of the Giants whenever the Giants get good. And the head coach is on the practice field every day, and he's in meetings, and he's very visible. The GM right now, I'm not saying the GM doesn't stroll on the practice field, but what is his role day to day? There is none at this point. You know what I mean?
You nailed it. Imagine if Dable stayed, how many calls we would take from before he got fired to now. It'd be all about, what are they doing? Fire Dable. And we would have maybe been leading the charge. They did the right thing in moving on from Dable. I think based on performance for 4 years, Shane should be next, but it's less in your face with Joe Shane, at least in the short term immediacy of the situation. And when they have other bigger things going on, you have to at least understand that nobody's going to be happy with the fact that they're 2-9. Nobody's happy with the way that it's been going for the last 4 years. You could be concerned about the direction of it. There are bigger issues at hand than whether or not the Giants keep Joe Shane for the final 6-7 weeks of the season on a season that is over. I mean, obviously, for the Giants.
Put it this way. Joe Shane's presence the rest of the year is not going to make the Giants worse.
Right.
Dable is not going to make them better. But if Dable was still here, it could have made it worse because now guys maybe check out. Maybe there's just a lack of engagement, which, for young players, even though they're not going to win a lot of games, I mean, these couple of months still matter. You can still get a little bit better and, prove yourself for the next regime, whomever that is. So they did the right thing. Now, if we were still sitting here and Dable was still the coach and these things came out, like about Carter and even about the Kafka stuff, and they kept them, even though you and I are very aware of being sensitive to the sensitive nature of some of the things going on with the Giants, that would have been very hard to ignore because now it's to the detriment of the team, and it would have had to be addressed, and we would have.
Right. This could be more in the background. All I'm saying is I'm not telling Giant fans like our last call to not be upset with where the team's at or not want Joe Shane fired. I'm just saying I think it's time to just take a time out from it. Know that the season is lost. Hopefully Jackson Dart can be healthy. It seems we're progressing that way. You could watch him with Kafka the rest of the way, and there's going to be a full evaluation of everything after the season. But there are bigger issues going on within the organization.
I'm with you. Totally with you.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Jeff is calling from Oceanside. What's up, Jeff? Hey, Jeff. Okay, Jeff is not with us. That gives us a good time to mention here. Sports Talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus, now streaming on Paramount Plus. It's the return of Landman from Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone. Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton is back, featuring Academy Award nominees Demi Moore, Andy Garcia, and Sam Elliott. Landman, new season now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
This week on The Fan.
Keep listening for your chance to score a pair to see Motley Crue at the PNC Bank Arts Center, July 31st. Tickets go on sale Friday, 9 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Brought to you by Live Nation. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
Tap Room is your casual gathering place for real food, craft beverages, and every New York game. With 9 Long Island locations, including their newest at Station Yards in Ronkonkoma. It's where you meet friends, make new ones, and never miss the action. football, hockey, or basketball. Enjoy Sunday game day drink specials, wing night Thursdays, and kids eat free Tuesdays. Tap Room, real food, craft beer, and great company. Find your spot at taproomofny.com.
Sunday no longer a fun day? We've got specialists for that. Walking the dog, unleash, knee pain? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Together, let's drive a Paramus Chevrolet. For $447 a month and $2164 due at delivery, lease a brand new Traverse 4D Wagon LT with front-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Now, when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Is both. Nationwide. Is both. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
At the United Healthcare Medicare store, right here in Jackson Heights, you can chat face-to-face with a licensed sales agent who understands the community and get clear answers to your questions. We're located at 3752 82nd Street between Roosevelt and 37th Ave. We're ready to help.
So for the past few months, I've been telling everyone about my new favorite water, Elevate Hydrogen-Infused Super Water. It is actually backed by science, tastes fantastic, and has incredible benefits. And best of all, I'm feeling amazing just drinking it. Elevate is all about transforming lives. So here's what they're offering for you, my listeners, today. Go to drinkelevate.com, put in my code BOOMER12, and get 100% off your first 12-pack case of Elevate Super Water. So order now, order today. Trust me, you'll thank me later.
This winter, move and be moved in the Mazda CX-5, the smart choice for those who expect more. With standard I-Active all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 delivers confidence and control in every condition. Inside, you'll find a redefined high-quality interior designed for comfort and connection, because there's more to a Mazda. Celebrate the season during the More to Move You winter sales event. Lease the Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month and make every drive feel like a gift. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We're your official station to talk Yankees and Mets. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm Andrew Bogish. Your Sports Flash is brought to you by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. And by Paramus Chevrolet. Jackson Dart is advancing to a non-contact practice with the Giants today. The workout beginning any moment now. This is the next step of concussion protocols. Mike Kafka adding that the team knew of Cam Scadaboo's now infamous WWE debut Monday night.
Rookie event, we have some team events that our support staffs put together for the rookies to kind of get out, and so I thought it was a cool thing. I know it was like a staged little brawl there, so it's a cool event for those guys to kind of get out and be out in the community.
The follow-up was about Scadaboo in particular being in that staged little brawl, and the interim coach said he trusts his running back and the team's medical staff. Elsewhere in Jersey, Aaron Glenn confirming Tyrod Taylor is his starting QB for Sunday. Asked why, the head coach said, because I wanted to. And Jalen Brunson's on the floor for Nick's shoot-around in Dallas, testing out that sprained ankle. He is officially questionable for tonight's game, which doesn't tip off until 9:30. Fan weather is sponsored by the United Healthcare Medicare store in Jackson Heights. It's 45 degrees and cloudy in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports Flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Plenty to get to here in the final hour of the show. The BT and Sal Show on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. BT, you just heard Bogish play that cut about Kafka, talking about Cam Scadaboo and the outing. We touched on it a little bit yesterday when we had Natty Neidhauer in here, where Cam responded to you. But then after that, I'm talking about on social media yesterday, to the clip that we put out there. Yeah, it's a show, but you were the one ripping him a little bit.
Yep. He wrote something else after that,
He responded to that, and then he responded to the people who were ripping him on social media. Yeah. Honestly, if you don't like that, I'm having a good time while dealing with a tough time, then just go ahead and unfollow and casually move on. I'm not able to play football and have the fun I've been having my whole life, so I'm doing things outside of my box, trying to find stuff to keep me happy. Enjoy the rest of y'all's week, and just don't talk about me if you ain't got nothing nice to say. Now, I wish it was that simple. Obviously, it's not. It's, people are going to talk about you, Cam. You're in the spotlight. You're a big star now in New York. And you were doing something that is at the very least questionable. But did you have an issue with the head coach kind of dismissing it? I get the idea of, hey, it's good for camaraderie and chemistry building. Go out with some of the rookies, whatever, go hang out. But because he was hurt, that's where we have a little bit of an issue with that. Kafka basically said he trusts the player and the medical staff. Any issue with what he said?
A little bit, a little weak, in my opinion. Not enough to go bonkers over this year, but I think it's the wrong read. I think it's the wrong projection. Mike Kafka is going to get, however many weeks to prove that he's the man for this job. And it's a big job. There's a lot to fix. Now, I thought he showed some good instincts, although he didn't go all the way with Abdul Carter. Like, I would have sat him down for the entire game. So, to me, 5 or 6 plays and making him go out there for special teams, I don't really know what that's going to do. Is that going to really resonate? I don't think so. So, I think he was going in the right direction. Then he stopped short of hitting that line. I think he did the same thing here. And, again, not that you crush Cam. And by the way, like, Cam Scadaboo is, I was thinking about this yesterday because I was getting a lot of tweets, and obviously most of it pro Cam. And that the stuff doesn't affect me. I really don't get wrapped up in that stuff about what people write about me or about our show, good or bad, whatever. Good and bad, by the way. But I felt the need to say, like, it was never about not having fun, not living your best life. I know you can't play this weekend. It was just about a level of responsibility and a professional decorum that I think that he failed to adhere to. That's it. It was never more than that.
And by the way, we've talked to 2 former players, Phil Simms today, Boldinger yesterday. They both said he shouldn't have done it.
That's true.
Former NFL players.
100% right. If you guys missed Phil or Boldy yesterday, free Odyssey, app.
For different reasons.
Was good.
Yeah, like just not a good look. It's as simple as that.
Yep. Now, I think that it's so obvious how that Giant locker room feels about Cam Scadaboo, and why wouldn't they? Cam Scadaboo is the buddy in a lot of ways that we all wish that we were. Like, there's always one friend that you grew up that had no checkpoint, that had no filter and had zero fear. That wasn't me. That wasn't you.
Definitely not me. No, I was the opposite. I was scared of everything. Well, he's the guy that would just do no matter what
and you
anybody.
Respected that. Like you in a way. I know I envied it a little bit of some of the guys that I grew up with. Some of those guys had brothers, and when you have brothers, maybe they toughen you up earlier. I had an older sister who I love, but it's not a brother. So I was like, yeah, like Cam is a guy that like I always, I guess maybe at least when I was younger, kind of wanted to be to that extent, to somewhat, loosely translated.
Well, he's like a real tough guy. You were like a fake tough guy.
No, I wasn't a fake tough guy. I was never trying to be a tough guy, you idiot. I've never once tried to be a tough guy, nor do I think I'm a tough guy. I mean, I'll defend myself, but no, that's where it ends. So I think that Cam is everything that's right about competition and everything that's right about being a young athlete, except that I think he made one mistake, and I think that Kafka did not really capture the moment or seize the moment the way I thought he could have. Not like obnoxiously bad, but I thought he could have been better.
Could also be protecting his young player while everybody else is piling on. I got to be honest, I had a bigger issue with Abdul Carter showing up. How do you have the balls to show face after your performance this year, falling asleep, missing meetings and walkthroughs? I have a bigger issue with that than I did with Scadaboo. I understand the issue with the physicality. We talked about it yesterday. I don't think it's a huge deal, but if I had to pick one, like at least Scadaboo could be proud of putting max effort out there, being a game changer when he was on the football field. Cam Scadaboo in his limited time did a lot more this year than Abdul Carter has.
No question.
I'd be embarrassed to show my face after all that if I were Abdul Carter, and he shows up there with that belt and being in front row. That to me was more of an issue.
Well, that kind of worries me. That's a lack of self-awareness there. That again, not that you have to go in a hole for a week and just disappear from society because you were 15 minutes late or whatever it was. You were getting therapy. You were sleeping. There's been a lot of different stories. You missed the walkthrough. You missed half of it. You late, whatever it is that's going on with him. Like you'd have to think that, all right, man, I've got a half a sack. I got blown up by a third or fourth string tight end on the Jets. The first time people really watched me. I haven't done much this year. Pressure's aside. And I asked for LT's number. Yeah, I probably better lower the profile a bit. Again, it's just not great awareness. He's got to get it going. I mean, he really does. Otherwise, he's going to start feeling the wrath of the fans here, and he already has. And think about this too. So if Abdul Carter, well, let's say Cam, I think part of the reason why a lot of Giant fans glossed over what Cam did is because they love him, which I understand.
Right.
If it was a player like if Banks did that, if Deonte Banks did that, or
oh my God,
or if Sauce Gardner was still here and was still whiffing on tackles and he did that, you think Jet fans would be as forgiving? I think I think if sensibility prevailed, which it has not, and that's okay, for most Giant fans, they would have been like, probably the wrong move. Even though it's scripted, God forbid you could have made it worse. But because he's such a cult hero, they're ignoring a mistake by Cam, and it is what it is.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. Limo driver Ed is in Newark, New Jersey. What's up, limo driver Ed?
Hey, guys. How you doing? How you feeling today?
Yeah, not bad.
What's up, Eddie?
All right. You know what? I'm tired of everybody. Stop making excuses for these players on the field. Every time we turn around, we got to get rid of coaches. They don't last long. GMs don't last long. Listen, just like you said, what happened? He's sleeping. These players got to take onus on their own. Like my Jets. It makes no sense, bro. But we keep always blaming the coaches. We got to stop. These players that's on the field that's making great money, this is what happened. Like, look at Quentin Williams. He quit. He quit on the Jets. All of a sudden, he goes out there to Dallas. Look what he does.
Sack and a half.
Yeah, I don't know if he quit on the Jets, but he clearly wasn't happy here. Look, when people aren't happy in what they're doing, their performance is not going to be as good as it would be if they are completely happy. I mean, that's just a fact. So I don't think he quit on the team. I think he was playing, maybe going through the motions a little bit, but clearly not happy here. He gets traded, fresh start for him, better situation. He's happy, and look at the performance.
Yeah, but don't you, hold on, Eddie, hold on. But don't sound, Eddie, hold on. Don't you think part of being a pro is plowing through that?
I know,
you
but
got to plow through it. Do your job.
I do think he did plow through it. Do you think Quentin Williams quit when he was here with the Jets?
Quit is strong. I would never leave his doorstep. Do I think he was as engaged as it was his first couple of years? No, I don't. Myself, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're just in a bad, go ahead, limo driver Ed. Go ahead.
Listen, I tell you one thing is he didn't have no problem signing that new deal. He didn't quit on that, did he?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, then listen, guys, stop it. We got to stop. These guys on the field don't play their game. Okay, regardless of what. And if you're going to talk about they want to, listen. If things don't go their way, they notch out. They're done for the whole season. and they don't want to mess themselves up because they want that deal.
So, Eddie,
I don't want to hear this no more.
Eddie, your biggest complaint is that you feel like we're giving the players a pass and we're just shifting the spotlight to coaches.
Every year we do this. The first thing we do, we were busting on the coaches. But you ain't busting on the guys that's on the field not doing their job.
That's just not true,
I don't
Limo
agree,
Driver.
Ed.
Thank you for the call.
Let's talk about that. I don't agree. I respect you calling. I don't agree.
I think we're equal bashers or whatever it may be. Anybody who needs to be criticized, we criticize.
Correct.
I'm confused at what now. He's not listening to every word that we say. Is he talking big picture? Is he talking just us? I mean, we've ripped players, we've ripped coaches. If you don't perform or you're not living up to the expectations, you are going to be in the line of fire. So I don't think that it's always been about Shane and Dable. Those two guys have been here for 4 years, so they deserve a lot of the blame for what has been a horrendous record for the Giants overall. But we've gotten on players, whether it's Kayvon Thibodeau, whether it's Deontay Banks, whether it's Dexter Lawrence, whether it's Carter, whether it's Daniel Jones. I mean, goodness gracious, Jalen Hyatt. I mean, the list goes on. We've ripped, and that's just the Giants part of it. Yeah, we've done the Jets as well. Sauce Gardner, I've been ripping him to shreds. The quarterbacks, all of it. So it's not just the coaches and GMs.
I've got the rest of the list for you. I was jotting down some names. So today, we're talking about Grisham. I mean, in a perfect world, everybody's getting, 34 home runs, good center fielder. I can't stand the move. So I was all over Grisham. Think about what we said about Karl Anthony Towns, who was an all-NBA player a year ago. Now, I still think he's too soft. And by the way, he was soft down the stretch against Miami. He was awful. I still think he's too sloppy. I don't trust him. I'm all over Cat. Think about Pete Alonso, who is, whether it's Piazza, whether it's David Wright, arguably the greatest Mets position player of all time. I'm saying the Mets shouldn't bring him back. Right. You mentioned Sauce. So, Eddie, we respect the call. I hear you. I just don't agree with what you said.
I would say that Ed is right in that I do believe the players should get the brunt of the blame. When, for example, with the Mets and Yankees, now the Yankees may be a little bit of a different story. I don't like the way that they're structured. When you spend as much, though, as those teams do, and the Mets, for example, win 83 games, that to me is on the players. I can't, for years it was, why aren't the Wilpons getting players? Well, now Cohen gets players, and the results are the same.
But they get the wrong players, the pitchers. But so that's on Stearns for me.
I mean, fair enough, but I could also look at it and say, Kodai Senga doesn't want to pitch and he's not very good. Sean Manaea did anybody think Sean Manaea would be as bad as he was? You could get on for Frankie Montas, whatever. That's fine. I'm not saying that you can only get on the players. What I'm saying is, to me, the primary reason why the Mets sucked this year is on the players. They didn't figure it out. They weren't good enough. Vientos was god-awful. Even the guys who put up good numbers, just something was off
Alvarez
with that team.
all over the map.
All of it.
Center field mess.
So I think that there are times to get on the owner for not putting the proper pieces in place. I think there are times for getting on the coach or a manager for underachieving with a loaded roster. And I certainly think more times than not, there are times to get on the players for their underperformance, for whatever the circumstance may be.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that every situation's got an element of uniqueness to it. I think that the Mets are very unique from a year ago, but I think the best barometer of how we should probably dole out the criticism, and we can do this real fast. I'm curious how you assign this, and I'll do the same thing. When you assign levels of culpability, go to the Yankees. So the owner spends, the manager wins a lot, and the players hit a ton of home runs. Right. Who's most at fault for the Yankees?
Yeah, I think it's a
tough one.
But again, think about what we're talking about. It's a different grade. Who's most at fault for the Yankees winning 94 games and making the postseason yet again? From a Met perspective, Met fans would kill to have what the Yankees have every year, being in the postseason, winning 94 games every year. That's why it's a different grade. So the Yankees, I think it's a little bit on the players. I think it's most of their problems, to me, comes from the construction of their roster.
I tend to agree. So misreading or overemphasizing some traits that are very appealing from opening day until October 1st, and then suddenly you play a good team with good pitching, and guess what? It's not there.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Tony is in Deer Park. What's up, Tony?
Hey, what's up? Before my Jackson Dart question, wouldn't it have been crazy if you seen number 56 roaming the field at Giant Stadium and with a half a sack? I mean, the goal in this guy. But yeah, gross. But anyway, I may have a stupid question here, fellas. Do you shut Jackson Dart down for the rest of the year or no? Is that stupid?
No, well, I wouldn't say stupid. I'm not doing it.
I think it's stupid.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're stupid. Yeah, I'm not. No, you're not alone, Tony. Why? Why would you? He's your quarterback. Don't you want to see what he could do? What were you going to try to prevent?
I don't know. No, you're right. I want to see the guy play. It's the only exciting thing we got going for this team right now. So I do want to see him play. I just don't want to see this guy get killed. I just don't want to see him, get hurt, and there's our future.
Everybody wants to see him healthy, and the danger of concussions. When you get the first one, if you come back too early, you get a second one. It's much worse. So, of course, I would be aware of that, but. Like, where's it end? I mean, if the Giants are 0-4 next year or 1-5 and Dart's getting banged around, but he's not concussed yet, are you going to call us up and say, you know what, Giants aren't going anywhere this year. Let's sit him just in case. No, you got to play.
The idea of having a good young quarterback with promise is to, and I know this sounds crazy, play him. You want to play him. You can't worry about preventing injury. Good God. So then the argument, if you're going to talk about sitting him now, my argument would be, well, then why not just sit him for the first few games next year? Because really the first few games, you're kind of feeling it out anyway.
Yeah, it's still God like forbid, the exhibition.
Yeah,
sure.
God forbid, exactly. God forbid he got hurt in week 1, 2, or 3. It could torpedo your entire season. So why bother playing him? And then maybe if the Giants start out 2-1, you could say, well, we don't need Jackson Dart yet. Why not just play him when you absolutely need to? And maybe you could hope you could make the playoffs without him. And then when you get to the playoffs, then you could play him. There's never a good time to play somebody if you're worried about injury. You can't just be safe walking around in bubble wrap your entire life. He's a football player. He's going to get hurt. You teach him. You try to get him to learn that he's got to protect himself a little bit better. You certainly can limit the read options or the RPO, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's for sure.
He's got to play. He's a player.
I'm looking for a silver lining, and maybe this is it a little bit because God, this Giant stuff is just it's so. The 2026 Giants opponents. Now everybody said the schedule's brutal.
Yeah.
All right. At least you got the Cardinals at home next year. You got to go to Houston, play the Texans. You got to go play the Rams. Got to go play the Colts. Maybe it's not that easy. You got to play an NFC North team. It's going to be away.
Giants Colts next year?
Giants Colts next year.
Sunday night or Monday Night Football. Daniel Jones and Jackson Dart. Go ahead, Dad.
It's not here, though. It's in Indianapolis.
Okay,
that would have been awesome. They still got to sign Jones, which they will. But no, I'm not even seeing a significantly easier schedule. No, sorry, Giant fans. I tried.
BT and Sal on the Fan. John is in Newark, New Brunswick. I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Good, John. What's cooking, man?
So, no, I just wanted to point out, the Yankees, everyone's talking about the offseason. I'm I'm young. I haven't gotten to see, the George Steinbrenner era, so I'm not going to say, Hal's not like his dad. But what he's shown me is that every time we're in an offseason where there's, a bunch of free agents on the market, he never goes all in. He'll get one guy that's not even probably the best guy.
Whoa. He got freed. He's the best.
All right, yeah, I get. All right, I
just
get
to be
that.
fair.
That was different.
Go ahead.
That was a rebuild after Soto. But I'm talking about this year. When you said earlier that if you get Grisham and that's the domino effect of a bad offseason, I kind of get that because I could see them just signing Bellinger and not even getting Kyle Tucker and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna run it back with this guy
with Cole.
A fluke here, and we have Cole coming back. We're good, and he never goes all in. And with Aaron Judge is on this team, that needs to be the top priority every offseason to get better. Because at the end of the day, even if you get to the World Series, the Dodgers are now an evil empire. They have the best team I've ever seen in my life. I'm 20. I haven't seen the greatest teams, but that's an extremely talented team. And that's you need to fight fire with fire. You're the Yankees. Everything I've been told about, that I didn't get to see, they were the evil empire. And I'm sick of that. I want to win. I want to use our payroll. I want to abuse it, and I want to be hated.
Hungry, John.
Stealing everybody on the in the offseason because we take everything. We don't do that. We don't do that.
No. Not anymore. That good call there, John. Yeah, that's a young Yankee fan who hasn't seen a whole lot. He's seen playoff games, but I'm with you. It'd be nice to see him go for one of these. And go for it. Go for it. See, the problem is I think the reason why the Yankees can never truly go for it is because they've made so many mistakes that there's just certain limitations. How do you go for whatever your definition of going for it is when you have Stanton on the roster? And all these things we've talked about a million
but they used to,
times.
They used to eat those mistakes and just not have them impact their other decisions.
Yeah, yes and no.
They made plenty of mistakes.
I know, but they didn't eat Jacoby Ellsbury right away. That's where it started changing. They didn't eat Carl Pavano right away. And when the Yankees were the Yankees, they didn't make this amount of mistakes. Think about it. The Yankees didn't, outside of trading Wells for Clemens and signing Alduve Duque. You know, it was Bernie drafted. It was Tino trade. It was all the other guys drafted. It was A-Rod, obviously. That was a big move when Boone got hurt. But the Yankees didn't roll the dice on 3 or 4 big free agents every year. Their core was their core. And then they just added to it.
I think it's clear what the Yankees need. It's been clear for a while. For me, I've been saying it for at least 4 years. They need a new vision in the front office. The same way that Brian Cashman told Joe Girardi, thank you for your service, but we just need a different voice, a different leader. That's what I would say to Cashman. It's not that he doesn't know what he's doing. It's just that the Yankees, they're in need of a new direction, a new vision. It's been the same thing over and over again. Now, I get the counter. The risk is that, well, yeah, Cashman's built a team that wins 90-plus games every single year. They're in the playoffs every single year. And I just think it's gotten stale, and I don't like the way the team is structured. So, yeah, the results in the regular season may show that they win 90-plus and are in the postseason every year, and maybe there has been a little misfortune in the playoffs, and maybe you do need to be lucky at times in the playoffs. I just don't believe in the way that they choose to build a team, and they keep doing the same thing year after year after year. Even not just the structure of the team, the reliance and development or lack thereof of the young players. It just for me would be time for a fresh voice and a new vision for a spot that just hasn't worked to the highest of levels. That's it.
Dude, just listen to the tone of Yankee calls. Like, it's almost resignation. Like, yeah, the Yankee fans still love their teams, and yeah, Yankee fans know they'll be in the playoffs next year. But back in the day, it was like, who's this guy from Japan? We got him.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? We're going to get him with the Yankees. Now it's almost every call is met with a reservation. Like, well, they'll spend, but they won't go all in, or they won't do this, and that's problematic because it's now who they become. Listen, if you have a child, all right, corny analogy coming, but but it matters for the Yankees. If you have a child that consistently gets 77s or sub 80s on test, right, and not because they aren't equipped to do better with a learning disability, whatever, because they're half-assing it, right? Well, then you got to change something. And if the Yankees, now to get to the Yankees, if the Yankees, the young players that keep coming up, strike out a ton, aren't plus defenders, don't you think that something at the lowest level of the minor leagues probably needs to change, which is my equating that to studying? You're right. They do need to do something different. That's why I've been screaming about Cashman forever.
Yeah. No, I get it. And
how much more can I scream?
And if they're not going to do something different as far as changing the front office, then they need to make sure the front office changes its approach at least a little bit and maybe start acting like the Dodgers. They could talk about how much they rely on analytics. They could talk about the scouts or all these different things. We're seeing the same results and the same type teams being built year after year, and that simply needs to change because it just is not working to the levels that it needs to work when we're seeing other teams do it. How is it possible the Blue Jays in 1 year could go from worst to first building a team? How did the Dodgers dominate Major League Baseball, doing it with a balance of developing, making great trades, trading from some of that system that they developed, keeping some of the guys, signing everybody, bringing in everybody outside of even just the Japan players? They've done a lot of different things to add up to why they've been the dynasty that the Yankees used to be.
Yeah, you nailed it.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Warrior calls when we come back, 888-808-1019.
It may be the offseason for the Bombers and Amazons, but there's no offseason for Yankees and Mets talk. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day is Anthony Edwards, the Minnesota Timberwolves, to go over his points prop of 27.5. This number is just below Edwards' season average of 25.9 points per game, and he's gone over this number in half of his games this year. The Wizards' defense is giving up the most points of any team in the league. Should be a nice bounce-back spot for Edwards. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. And Mike's had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
We're counting down to Black Friday savings. It's the countdown to Black Friday at Nielsen Dodge. Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. Your countdown to the hottest deals is on now.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We all know it's the biggest sale of the year, and Nielsen's going bigger than ever. You can count on 0 down payment, plus up to $1,500 overbook value for your trade, and the credit help you need.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
The countdown is on. Don't miss out.
At Nielsen, Friday's in the driver's seat.
Black Friday sales event. With approval term 24 months through its signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819 at tax tag 498 dock and DMV fees.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
New Jersey might be small, but there's a lot of wow packed into this little state. Beach wows, mountain wows, and show-stopping wows. Find your wow at visitnj.org. New Jersey, little state, lot of wow.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Well, think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T or cut them into snowflakes and celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in the Bronx. Made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. When one hospital, Montefiore Einstein, get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Right. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
they give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
the story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera, you lived it.
Everyone loves a comeback. Montefiore Einstein, national leader in transplant.
This holiday season, find excellence in every detail in a new Volvo from Volvo Cars Ramsey. 8-time winner of the Volvo Excellence Award. Now find excellent offers with your first lease payment waived. Lease a new 2026 Volvo XC60 B5 plus all-wheel drive, $583 per month for 36 months at Volvo Cars Ramsey, where it's all about you. Call 833-853-2975 for details. MSRP $57,145. VIN 1292363. Loaner vehicle 4,210 miles, $3,700 down payment. Tax title registration extra. Zero security deposit. Ends 11/30/25.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff. Presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Boomer here. If you care about cooking your meat to perfection as much as I do, the IQ Sense Smart Meat Thermometer from Chef IQ wirelessly monitors your food's internal temperature in real time and pairs with the Chef IQ app to tell you when it's time to flip, rest, and serve. So there's no guesswork. There's no overcooking. Just perfect USDA safe temps every single time. It even connects to the new Chef IQ mini oven for hands-off precision cooking. So why not grab yours today at chefiq.com, code word BOOMER to save 30% at checkout.
Hey, Rutgers Nation, the final home football game is just around the corner. Don't miss a moment. It's our last home game of the season at SHI Stadium on Saturday, November 29th, as your Scarlet Knights take on the Penn State Nittany Lions.
This is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping.
Join the fun. The Rutgers Boardwalk turns into a winter wonderland with Santa and all of your favorite holiday characters 4 hours before kick. Rutgers versus Penn State, Saturday, November 29th, SHI Stadium.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
It's out back on the Fan. We didn't do this yesterday. Normally we do the perfect parlay pick recap. So we have week 12 coming up. After 11 weeks, Huff is clearly in the lead, 165 points. I have 95. You have 55. Dude, I thought I had it last week. I was so confident with my 4 picks, and then the first 3 of them hit. I had Buffalo over the Bucks, had the Niners, had the Broncos over the Chiefs. I'm like, dude, I'm going to get this. And then my freaking Lions. Remember, my theory last week was that I was going with teams that I believe in, and I'm also anti-Philadelphia, and they just continue to win games. So I ended up going 3 out of 4. Both you and Hoff were 2-2 on the week, so not bad going 500 there.
Yeah, time's ticking for me.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing here. Now week 12, unfortunately, I'm looking at it again, thinking Hoff may in fact be another winner here. I don't feel like I could get as. I may have to dial it back down and go to 3 because I feel like that was my best shot at a 4-teamer. I gave it everything I had, and I came as close as you could get.
Yeah.
Meeting that final game on Sunday night with the Lions, all they had to do was beat the freaking Eagles, and I couldn't close it out, so I may have to dial it back from 4-teamers now.
Have you looked at the games this week? Like really? Neither have I. Let's get a quick little look here. You ready?
Usually, yeah, we can look at. You have the spreads up.
I got them.
Usually, just to give you a insight, I won't look at the lines or anything like that until Friday because really, I don't even like doing it if I'm betting until Sunday morning. But we have to make the picks on Friday, so I don't like thinking too much about it. I want less time to think on it.
That's interesting. I almost go the other way, where I like to I will look at lines, especially when I'm gambling, with a little more frequency. Real gambling. So I'll look at the lines dropping on a Sunday night once they come out for the next week there. Because, listen, of course, I'm not a sharp, obviously, but there are certain lines that, to me, are wrong. And they're going to get corrected very quickly. And if you jump on it early and you think and your guts and your anticipation's right, say if you get something, say if a line comes out at 2.5 and you just know it's going to be bet the other way and you want to lay the points, jump it at 2.5 before it goes to 3. Like there's ways to do it.
That's what people do.
Different philosophy. Of course.
Does that. I mean, that's what people do. I have just been always the opposite. I don't want to look at it until that day. I look at the lines in the paper or now on my phone. And then especially Sunday morning, a little bit different.
That used to be a lot of fun with the newspapers, right? Just get the pen, just start circling stuff, the Daily News or the Post back in the day.
I love that. While you're looking at your lines right now.
I got some lines here.
And you're seeing things that you're eyeing?
Well, let's first see if there's any good games here. Steelers, Bears.
What about Thursday night?
That I'm not touching. Buffalo looked great last game. It's -6. They're in Houston. Houston, I just can't get a read for.
Boomer said today that he likes the Texans to win that game, which I don't think is shocking. Like, whatever, okay, that's great. And now it would be a great upset.
Be a nice money line pop if you hit it.
Agreed. That's what Gio was telling him to do that. But Boomer said that he thinks the Texans have the best defense in the league. And I was like, well, what about my Broncos?
You feel slighted?
But anyway, and the Bills have been so inconsistent, I'm with you. I would not touch that game.
Touching that. Steelers, Bears is at least a good one, potentially. It's in Chicago. We'll see if Rodgers is right. The Bengals host the Pats, whatever.
I wouldn't touch that either. I don't think Rodgers is playing. I think he's out, right?
Yeah, I don't think he is. He's out. He is out. Did I say?
You got Mason Rudolph.
Is he definitely out? 100%?
I thought he fractured his wrist or
hand.
something.
You're probably right. I just didn't know if it was 100% confirmed. Vikings, Packers, Seahawks, and
We'll not touch the Vikings, Packers already. I tell you one game I love right off the bat. See, you're going to get me in trouble here because I don't like looking at these lines ahead.
Yeah, but it's not like you're crushing it every week, so maybe deviating from your routine maybe get you back on track.
19-13 is not bad on the year.
That's not bad. It was better than me, so I shouldn't be saying anything.
But it's not even that. Like,
this year.
I think even Hoff, 19-23, it's not good. 12-19 is not as bad as your point total is, but 19-13, 6 games over is really good.
So that's what you are, but yet you're not winning.
Correct.
See, that's almost unfair.
Well, but that's the parlay. That's the thing.
I understand.
Anyway, the game I love the most this week.
Whatever. Oh well.
I like the Chiefs at home over the Colts.
You like the Chiefs over the Colts? What do you have, Matt? -3.5 Kansas City. That's what I got them.
I love them. I think the Chiefs are going to the playoffs. I would bet that. I'm going to bet the Chiefs. The Chiefs will be one of my picks this week.
Okay. I mean, we debated the other day if they're going to definitely be a playoff team, which I'm not so sure that they will be. I mean, they're 5-5. There's only 7 teams. I mean, they're not going to win the division. That's for sure. You got a lot of teams with some wins. Here's the first thing that I would do.
Yeah.
Now, not so much for our perfect parlay, but just a parlay in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Seattle. And now you're not going to get much return on the money line because they're laying a ton in Tennessee against the decrepit Titans. I'm going to get that started with a win. Give me Seattle to merely win the game 1-1 and then start jumping around. They're not going to lose the game.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too. But first of all, is it even worth it? Their money line is going to be what? It's going to be ridiculous. They're 13.5 point favorites here.
But think about it. If you're inclined to do a 2-team parlay, You just juice the odds a little bit. You make it a 3-team. You get a little more. That's all I'm saying. Or 3 becomes a 4-5.
I usually do bet like that on Sunday. Like this Sunday, I threw the Ravens in one of those. It wasn't because they weren't one of my picks, and then I just was like, all right, well, then I got to lose to the Browns. Give me the Ravens money line. Meanwhile, I'm sweating that game
They
out.
won, but it was tight.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking I shouldn't even done this. Why am I messing around with another game? But anyway, okay. So
I got 3 interesting ones for you. Ready? All right. So let's get the Giants and the Lions here. Detroit at home -10.
I'm taking the dart factor is real.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lions are 1,000% winning the game.
Me too.
And generally, my philosophy always was, dating back to when I was picking games on the air with Francesa, if I believe that a team was no doubt winning that game, I'm laying the points.
Okay.
But dart would scare me a little bit. Now, a little bit. I need more time to think on that, but I would more lean toward laying the points with the Lions because there's no way to me they're losing this game.
Jets-Ravens, Baltimore 13.5.
I would probably lean Ravens as well.
I'm going to lean Jets here.
The Ravens, see, here's going to be the reaction. Last week, Jets played well against New England to a point where they, at least kept it closer than I thought.
They did.
Tyrod Taylor starting. Baltimore looked bad against the Browns for the majority of that game.
Defense not good for the Ravens at all.
Oh, it's better now.
Well, I mean, it was horrible to start, but it's still not their strength.
It's gotten better, and now they're at home. I think that's a steamroll situation there with the Ravens and Jets. But again, who the hell knows? I don't like favorites and laying big points, but
a little backdoor cover. I can't even ask for that for my boys. I mean, come on, guys.
You could.
I might not touch it, but if I do something, I would take the Jets. That's probably going to get bet up to 14. So you probably want it's not going to go the other way. And then the last one. How do you read Shador's first start? That's against by the way, Pete Carroll is a train wreck.
Raiders -4.
That's what I'm saying. It's in Vegas. Raiders with a short week here playing against the Cowboys the other night. Who knows why Shador looked awful. Browns aren't good. Raiders probably worse here. 4-point dogs or getting 4. 4-point dogs. If you had to touch it, what do you do?
Yeah, I would probably go Raiders there. I'm not as down on the Raiders as everybody else. I mean, what the hell is his name? Pete Carroll's trying to build something there in his first year. Cleveland stinks, and Shador
so do the Raiders. Raiders are bad, bro.
Shador Sanders. I mean, the Raiders are 4-point favorites in that game. You know, one other game that I like here. So far, I think I've got my 2 circled.
Okay.
And by the way, I see the Rams are 7-point favorites over the Bucs. I wouldn't touch that, but I would, if anything.
Where's that game? It's got to be in Tampa, right?
In LA. Rams are 7-point favorites over the Bucs.
That's a tough one to take.
I wouldn't touch Falcons in New Orleans. I would take right now the Cowboys +3.5. One thing I also like doing too is if I thought like I was betting against the Eagles last week, I'm now not going to go against that. I'm going to double down and bet against them again this week. So I would take the Cowboys at home +3.5 right now. And what was the other one? It's Chiefs -3. Those are probably my 2 early picks. Now, you got to listen Friday for the perfect parlay pick segment. Maybe my mind changes, but those are my early 2 games definitively.
By the way, we might be going to the Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas this year. We might be going because I'm going to.
Really?
Yeah. I remember I went to one in Detroit years ago.
You told me that when they
opened
Detroit.
Ford. Yep, when they opened Ford Field. What we're thinking about doing is because the tickets are ridiculous, and it's like
how much?
A couple of $100 for standing room only. I'm not standing.
All right, so
I'm
if you needed a seat, how much?
I don't know.
500? Okay.
It's a family thing. It wouldn't just be me and Jen and the kids. It would be like my in-laws and my brother-in-law.
Jesus.
No, it would be
fun. Somebody else picking up the bill.
Of course. I'm not paying for you, crazy. I'm coming to you. You pay for me. I got jet tickets against the Browns. You reciprocate. I just got them. It's on you. No. So now if I hadn't already been inside of Dallas's new stadium, I mean somewhat new. Like I went there a couple years ago. I saw Jets Dallas, right? When Zach Wilson. Yeah. So I've been there. It's awesome. It's cool. What we're actually thinking of doing is like renting. And we'll see if this comes to fruition, but this is the early plan. Maybe renting like a big projectable TV, tailgating, and watching the game in the parking lot. And my father-in-law frying a turkey and just getting loose with a little Thanksgiving tradition.
And not going
in
to
the parking lot and not go to the game.
Wait, that's an interesting.
Throw the football around.
That's an interesting play.
It's a little different.
But why wouldn't you just do that in the backyard with the game on the TV or something? If you want what do you want? The outdoor feel? Like you're going to drive to the stadium and deal with that traffic?
They don't live far from there.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's logistically simple.
Now, I have heard people do that before. I just don't understand that as being a good idea.
You and I hang differently, though. That has been established. We roll a little differently when we hang.
Yes, but explain to me the appeal. of going to the stadium parking lot.
And not going to watch the game?
Yeah.
All right, number one, it's a great way to get all the family together.
Okay.
Even though we'll be together anyway, but we'll eat whether we're eating
outside of the house.
Outside of the house, right? Number one. Number two, it's cheap. It's basically free. That's going to equate to thousands of dollars, dude. If we all get tickets.
But that's what I'm saying. So
now, so you still get enough of the ambiance. You throw now, of course, we could throw the ball around. They got a nice backyard. My in-laws live on a beautiful golf course. I mean, yeah, it's gorgeous, but it's not the smells, the smoker, flinging the pigskin. I don't know, a little tradition.
Did you say deep fry the turkey or no?
Deep fry.
You do
that? I don't. He would do it that day, I think. He does like the
from home. It's a dangerous proposition there.
If you don't know how to do it, a lot of turkeys get lit on fire.
Yeah.
Now, I don't love it that I prefer I like white and dark meat, but I like it traditionally like in the oven, like my mom would do. There's the egg, there's the deep fry. Yeah, but I'll give it a whirl. He's good with that. He'll know how to do it.
I am fascinated. I always just would watch these games on Thanksgiving and be like, it seems so much fun.
I know.
But how do I ever deviate from what I love to do growing up with the family? And now, people start to die. Unfortunately, things change. It's like now I'd maybe be open for something different. But I don't know if going to a game would be it for me.
Dude, I get it because, when you marry somebody from Texas... Yeah. And we do Christmas here, and we do Thanksgiving. It's worked out well. I thought I'd the same. I thought I would do the same thing forever. Eat at mom's, then stuff my face, fall asleep on the couch, eventually go wherever I'm going after that. But, things change. So
now, did Jen and her family ever go to either before you?
No.
They've never gone to.
No. I don't know if they went to the old one in Irving. I don't think they did. It's just it's a checklist thing. It's like going to Lambeau. It's like going to the big house or the Horseshoe or Yankee Stadium. Go to a Thanksgiving Day game, even if you don't actually go in. It's pretty cool.
In Dallas or Detroit, I certainly could understand that. BT and Sal and the fan will finish up on the phones. I'm sorry, Doe was saying a read there. I thought maybe you wanted to show. Oh, I thought you had some Thanksgiving tips for us there.
Him.
888-808-1019, the number to call.
Yeah, none. Do you have any, Doe? Would you like to hit us with some?
Leftovers.
Leftovers, yes. That works for everybody. That is true. All right. Hey, if you're going to the games, do a little betting, right? Why not? FanDuel is the place to do it. The number one sports book for same-game parlays from points and rebounds, threes and assists. FanDuel is the best spot to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is a great time to join in and have a little fun. New customers, you get a chance to get $150 back in bonus bets if your first $5 bet hits. So bet on the players you love and you trust and bet the way you want. And there's a lot of ways to do it. As you know, head to FanDuel.com/BT to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/BT. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. We love the app around here. It's safe. Excuse me, got the hiccups all of a sudden. Safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. So, as you know by now, FanDuel's the official sports book of us here at the Fan, WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY. And, of course, you can text HOPE-NY as well. Let's get to the Odyssey Sports Minute brought to you by our friends at Flag and Anthem. Real clothes for real life.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The message has been the same all season long in Kansas City. We're losing now, but everything's going to be okay. Well, now it's week 12 and the alarm bells are ringing. They're 5-5 with a dangerous Colts team coming to KC this weekend. The Chiefs are losing games they usually win. They're 0-5 in one-score contests. If this version of Kansas City has an extra gear, it's time to hit it, because a loss this week would make the playoff situation dire. I'm Andrew Perloff.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
This is Tiki Barber. You definitely don't want your heating system to fail this winter. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Have them check your heating system before it breaks. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They can fix anything. Go now to EdisonHVAC.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo
Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No. What?
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Talk New York sports on the Fan.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
I'm New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin. Every year, too many lives are lost in alcohol or drug-related crashes. These are preventable tragedies, and it's time to take a stand. Let's make New Jersey's roads safer for everyone. We are all counting on you.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance.
Financial services.
Insurance.
Financial services.
Now, when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide.
Is both.
Nationwide.
Is both.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 12/1/25.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is here for the holidays. Enjoy a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's got everything you need to keep your holiday season running. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead directly on the Dunkin' app. After all, the holidays run on Dunkin'. No substitutions. Participation times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Call of the day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on the Fan.
Today's call of the day brought to you by my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's heating experts. Mike is calling from Manalapan. What's up, Mike?
Well, let me tell you something. I think Cashman got caught with his pants down here for a lousy draft pick. I mean, what are we doing here for a draft? Prospects are suspects here. He's been hyping Spencer Jones and Dominguez for the last 3 years. What does that tell the rest of MLB? Oh, you have no faith in them. We're going to give you nothing. Because the problem with Cashman is he holds on to these rookie prospects like they're freaking Bitcoin. And you know what they wind up being? The dot-com stocks from the 1990s, man.
I remember
this
those.
is the problem with this clown, okay? Forget about Spencer Jones, dude, because he's 25 years old already. Dominguez, we've already gotten a taste of Dominguez already. I saw a great taste 3 years ago before he got hurt. So can we give this guy half the opportunity that we've given Volpe for the last 2.5 years? And I don't want to hear that Volpe is hurt. Forget about being hurt. What did he do the 2 years prior? He did nothing. You know what, Sal? You had a great point. Maybe the right thing to do is maybe move Volpe over to second base because Chisholm will tell you how great he is, but he reminds me of the guy from Willie Mays Hayes. He may run like Hayes, but
you hit,
I mean, come on here. What are we doing?
Call,
we are the freaking Yankees. We are the freaking Yankees. Are we all in? Let's go get Steens. Package all these guys. Lombard, LeGrand, Rodriguez, Spencer Jones, Cunningham. Package them all. I'll drive them to Newark myself.
That was a great call. In case you missed anything, check it out on the free Odyssey app. BT and Sal, you want to close out with some calls here, BT?
Let's bang them out. Yeah, a lot of people waiting. Let's go.
Let's try to rapid fire. Jim is calling from Mount Sinai. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Jim.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. It's going to be hard to follow that guy, especially with what I'm about to say. But so this whole talk about with the Yankees being stale, I think you guys said stale before, using it to describe them. Again, I know you've heard this before. This is a team that makes the playoffs almost every year. They made the World Series last year. If I want my team to be stale, if that's the definition of stale, then I'll sign up for it right now for my team.
Jim, who's your team? Is your team the Mets?
My team's the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. And I hope those of you who know me well enough, this is not just a gratuitous shot. The Yankees should have a different standard than the Mets. Now, it's changed with Cohen. I get that. But what you just said should not carry much weight anymore. It just shouldn't.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, the Yankees have been that team. They've been a bully for a good part of a century. And I know you compared them to the Dodgers before. The Dodgers are the bully right now, okay? And that's the great thing about sports. The bullies change over time. You don't want the same bully every year. And the fact is that regardless of what the Dodgers are doing or aren't doing, the Yankees are still a successful team. They're in the playoffs almost every year. Do they have to tweak a few things? Of course. But that doesn't mean they're a failure. It doesn't mean that they have to clean house. It doesn't have to mean that they have to make any major decisions. They'll be the bully again, but that's what's great about sport. In every sport. It's not World Series or bust.
Jim, here's the thing, though, and thank you for the call. You're looking at it from a different perspective. The Yankees are on a different timeline than the Mets. Yeah, the expectations have changed for the Mets, but to get to where the Yankees have been, which is sustained success that has been unmatched for 30 years, the Mets have a long way to go. I guarantee you that if the Mets are fortunate enough to get to that sustained level of success and they don't have a championship in 16 years, however long it's been, you will be calling saying the same thing. When you get to a point and you're not getting over that hump, you're not getting over it. You're not getting better. You continue to flatline for a multitude of reasons each year. It's different. Oh, we got to the World Series, then you take a step back. You got to get over the hump. Then you'd be complaining that it was stale. The Yankees get there every year. It's not good enough at this point.
No, it's not. And not only do they get there, but then they pretty much lose the same way, where the defense betrays them or the base running is not good. And, yeah, listen, I think another way to look at it this way is I think we all think, those of us who love the NBA and really follow the Knicks nightly, I think we all think that the Knicks, are certainly one of the best teams in the NBA. I mean, you got to get healthy, and we'll see about Mike Brown. I'm not saying there's no variables, but they're a top 5 team in the NBA, general consensus, right? So, but now imagine, push this thing forward 15, 16, 17 years. Knicks are winning 55, 57, 58 games, occasional 1 seed, 2 seed, always a top 4 seed, always hosting. And guess what? They never win the championship. Now, if you were calling us or whomever back in the day when Isaiah was running the Knicks, that would have been very appealing because of the moment where we were stuck with those Knicks back then. They were awful. So winning 56 was great. But when you do it year after year and you don't crack through, it does get stale.
Eric is in Massapequa. What's up, Eric?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on, you both hit on it when it comes to the Yankees. BT, I've been calling you for years about this. Brian Cashman has to go. He is the problem. That when he sent that qualifying offer to Grisham, I texted my buddy, "Oh my God, this is so stupid." He's going to accept it because he's like a fifth outfielder, would make $5 million this year if it wasn't for that stupid offer. And now, exactly what you said. This guy loves his players when he signs them. So now Grisham's going to play every day because he can't be wrong because, Brian Cashman knows everything. It's going to ruin the whole offseason now. It is so stupid that he did that. This guy has to go. The farm system's constantly terrible. Every guy that comes up is going to be a superstar. Then they play, they stink every single time. Judge came up in 2017. Now Schlittler hopefully is the next one. But where is everybody else? There's nobody else.
No. Eric, you hit on a lot of good things there. There's a reason why I get you on the Cashman stuff. My God, it's the oldest story in New York sports at this point. It's so played out. I'm so tired of it. Between the Giants being a mess and the Jets being a mess and everybody saying the same thing about Cashman, I honestly can't take much more of this. But I actually think that in the case of the Yankees, all you have to do is look at all the things, like they start the season, and then we get 2 months into the season, and we're all saying, despite a pretty good payroll, well, they need this, and they need this, and they need this, and they need this. You got to go get McMahon. You got to go get Jazz. You got to go do this. You got to go get Bednar. Why? If you're spending $300 million, you shouldn't always have to go out and get something, 3, 4, 5 things a year. That means, you ready? That means you're poorly built.
Sorry to Sonny, Rob, and Vinny who are on hold. We couldn't get to you. Get us back tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll take your calls then, whether it's the Giants, whether it's the Yanks and all that stuff. Fun show today, going around the horn a little bit. We had Phil Simms on in case you missed it. Check it out on the free Odyssey app. Thanks to Dove. Thanks to Hop. Thanks to everybody who listened and called. We appreciate each and every one of you. Evan and Tiki, they're coming up next.
It's Chris McMonagle overnights on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
With this game, at the very least, show us, and more importantly, show this ownership group that there is no way you can keep this general manager. It's going to make the next head coaching search more difficult, and he doesn't deserve it, plain and simple.
Listen to CMAC on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Football season is here, and just like winning teams, your engagement should be all about the best. So if you're ready to pop the big question this season, why not visit the experts at London Jewelers? With top-notch professionals and cutting-edge technology,